carries that he was playing the Sanking, and that's how we see this ward coming out from KuroKy to watch this. Because Saksa, in the games when he was playing Sanking, he helped mid, and then he would stack the hard camp, he'd get Sandstone level 2, and then he'd get his levels and his farm from that. This time around, they're playing just a Bounty Hunter, so I think the Invoker should be able to get a good amount, especially with the Bounty playing around the mid lane, potentially sniping Courier and watching the movement from Saksa.
It'll be very interesting to see as well how these two safe laners match up against each other as the game goes on. But meanwhile, top room for the side of what we're seeing if Liquid can get the snipe. KuroKy eyes upon it, doesn't quite get it though. Both teams just picking up their own, 2 for 2 on the bounty runes.
They even tried to go for the fissure with GH to try to secure Kuro.
Yeah, it looked like it was just out of range.
Yeah,
just didn't quite reach the rune spot.
Just shy of it.
KuroKy to start indeed, by the looks of it, looking to hover around that middle lane. Look out for potential courier snipes.
Yep, courier snipes and just watch them, just follow Saksa, bother me, block his camps, block his stacks, etc.
And you just want to try and do this early, because once there's a couple of levels on these two, they're going to be hard to harass out. And already Odd making the move onto Miracle, bringing him down very low. Now KuroKy appears, starts to hit into Saksa. Saksa on the way out. KuroKy won't be able to continue to chase. Miracle will have the self cancelled as Wee comes back in for the right click. So the harassment trading begins in this middle lane.
Yeah, they have to keep that harassment going, because Timber, when he gets 3, he can do pretty well. However, Invoker does go for the Alacrity build, so he still does a good chunk of damage and has, of course, good burst and pure damage from the Sunstrike if they do go for some type of gank.
We're going to see KuroKy try and time it here for the Courier Snipe. Looks like, yeah, they're playing it safe. The Couriers did start to head out, but they immediately brought it back. Yep. And yeah, Saksa, he is going to play the role of Courier, bringing that regen out towards Weehard nice and safely.
While also stacking the camp. GH actually gets a fissure block top onto Moon. He's actually forced to TP out. Oh, he actually TPs to his tier 1.
Okay,
so
sticking
he's
around.
still in the area.
He only has a Tango and a branch, but notice the GH hasn't quite got the mana for a Fisher, especially with the cogs there. So Moon playing on the edge.
KuroKy's sitting behind that tower, just waiting for him to go back to base. He's like, GH, force him back. Oh yeah, this could be it. This could be where Kuro gets him. Is Moon gonna stay here though?
Moon is in such a risky position with Kuro on the map. He's got to be careful where he goes. He's turning around. He knows that Kuro is going to be wanting to hunt him down when he is this low. Just maximum efficiency. Moon trying to stick around for as much as he can.
He is gotta have a good chunk of HP now. Kuro's not gonna be able to bring him down because he ate that. I think he ate one of his branches.
Yeah, he did the branch.
He has the extra regen from that.
At the least, Kuro will grab the rune, and yeah, Moon heads back to base. Mid lane CS at the moment. Miracle 13 for 3. Weeha sitting on 12 for 3, so very even between the two of them.
Yeah, we haven't really glanced at bottom lane. My control is doing a really good job. He's farming and he's also pressuring the Nature's Prog, or he's pressuring the Gyrocopter, and also just messing with Misery's levels and farm in the side. And it's pretty damn hard to kill this Nature's Prog without a Sanking rotation or anything, because they don't have not only the catch but the damage, because he can just spawn treants, absorbs the majority of the rocket barrage. Saksa farming up his triple stacked hard camp, as we were talking about before the game did start. That's what he's been liking to do. It's being scouted by KuroKy, but he is not in the vicinity to sap that experience, unfortunately for him.
Kuro, of course, still level 1 at the moment on this bounty, yet to really find anywhere to put the impact in. Be harder to low in the mid, but indeed with that build, the 2 points now in the armor and a point in the timber chain. Very hard to gank at this stage. As Pano said, you know, it's a nice pick, the way that the drum looking on that mid. That timber pick, it's going to be very hard to do so, as we're seeing. Bottom lane, you see the TP come through from Mind Control, looking to block Misery off here with the Treants. Resolution trying to hold them back, but it's not going to work. Liquid get themselves the first blood. Quickly in and granted towards Mind Control as well. Just get a nice bit of a cash boost there, and we'll continue to do as you say, maintain good control of this bottom lane and keep the pressure up on Rezo. We're seeing that in the CS. He's falling behind on the Jara.
Yeah, he's getting much more than Moon in the offlane. Michael is even, and they're pressuring. Yeah. While Viper is complete free from Clockwork and anything of Viper. And this is what the nice thing is about having a safe lane as your Viper, which normally is the mid lane. You just leave him. Now the bounty and the Earthshakers can go do their pressure all over the map, particularly in that bottom lane, or just follow Saksa as well and make sure he doesn't get that early quick blink dagger.
Twice the tour.
Yeah, KuroKy indeed at the moment, eyes on Saksa. Does have GH neighborhood.
Yeah, he saw Saksa with the... Oh, Moon actually has a DD. He's trying to go for a courier snipe on him.
A little slow on it there. couldn't quite close the gap. Turns towards the mid lane. See if they can do anything about Miracle. Miracle quickly just turns with the cold snap and the Sunstrike on point. Miracle just takes the kill. Oh my goodness, Moon. Not the play he wanted to do there. I mean, even if he managed to get in, I don't really see how that could have gone well for FinaL. Bottom lane. We'll get the kill in return as Misery flies through with the Illuminate onto GH, but yeah, not great for them in the middle lane. Feeding a kill to Miracle.
Definitely not the person you want to do it to.
Sit down bottom. Just thinking about giving him a whack on the way out there. Doesn't want to reveal himself.
Kuros had a good amount of experience from that. I think it was a triple hard camp that they had stacked as well, that Misery and Saxo was farming, so his levels are okay. Level 2 is not good, of course, right now, but you know, he's a bounty hunter. He's having that invisible pressure all over the map. GH as well is only level 2, so they are suffering a bit on that department of levels on their support. But the other lanes are going incredibly well. The cores are farming and pressuring. Mid lane, this could be where they go for Wee. He has the deep wall.
He's pretty deep indeed. They're looking to try and control him with a good Fisher block into the meat ball. Weehar brought down low, trying to timber chain himself out, but the cold snap kicks in and there's no escape for Weehar, or is there? Nearly brings the... That's it. Oh! The Illuminate from Misery will find 2 kills in return there. Misery says, I'm the mid now. As, yeah, he's going to be happy with that. I don't think Misery will be even annoyed that Weehar died there. He'll say that was worth.
That was great play by Weehar there.
He got all his damage out.
Yeah, he got all the damage out right before he died. He throws the shotgun, throws the Whirling Death. Everything was perfectly done. That third point in the reactive armor is what allowed him to survive for this long.
That really was. And I believe, did he pop the 1 charges as well? He had a fair few than that. Yeah. Also brought him that extra time. Get that final bit of burst with the Chakram. And there we have it. The Pegasus flies in. Woo! Meanwhile, up top, there's a gang that had ended up going on. You know, the rotation from Sax had joined the rest of them. And they did manage to actually move in with Matumba. That was Weehar coming straight back to life, heading up to the top lane, and catching Matumba man off guard. Didn't expect Weehar to go straight to the top on the respawn.
They definitely, yeah. That was a very good move there, because Moon's so hard, so being able to kill Viper. Killing Viper in early game is always great, but when your offlaner is level 4, suffering in this type of manner, you have to do something to make sure that his game doesn't get completely shut down.
Solution. Being up on the shrine, Kuro with eyes on him.
Viper is coming in, Mach is trying to go for this. They have a fissure as well.
Good attempt for this. I mean, Kuro is falling low on the response. Grezo goes for the instant TP, but he's not going to make it. GH with a fissure from the sideline. Secures the kill.
Some much needed experience going toward those 2 supports.
Dire's top tower is under
attack. Heroes, of course, off the back of that around Weehar in the mid lane. Weehar still standing his ground. Feeling fairly safe, nearly hitting the level 7. Space is there down on the bottom. 9 control. Allowed to put pressure onto this tier 1.
Mid lane, we've got a big 3v3 coming.
Let's see if they get Weehar again this time. There's the Fissure into the cold snap. Moon is there to try and hold back GH and buy Weehar sometime. Again, the Illuminate flies in onto 2. Weehar still alive for the time being, cutting his way for the tree line. Timber chains up to the high ground. Mind control, TP's in. But Weehar, he's able to continue to ward this one up. A second Illuminate flies in from Misery. They did lose Moon. But now Resolution turns up with the Rocket Barrage, takes down 1. Sax is there with the Burrow Strike onto the Viper, but Matumba man down as well. Miracle trying to down onto Sax, but the Blinding Light limiting the physical they can get out. They will still get a kill. Liquid, they continue to chase, looking for Weehar. Weehar still with a fair bit in the tank. Sunstrike off the mark, tried to predict the movement, won't quite catch him.
That was really well played by Wee.
I mean, Moon, he's wanting to go back in, but he's walking into 3 heroes there, and that is not gonna work out. Moon, it feels like Moon needs to calm down a little bit. We've seen him a couple of times already just walk into inevitable death.
Little overzealous.
But overall, the trade, as we see, with that kill on Moon at the end, definitely giving Liquid the edge, but it's close. I mean, I'm loving it already. We're 8 minutes in. Lots of action between both of these teams.
Action is where Liquid is going to thrive right now. Because even just looking at the creep score, you see that the Coddle and the Coddle and Sanking have been farming a bit more than the Earthshaker and the Bounty Hunter. Naturally, because these 2 heroes, the Earthshaker and Bounty, want to go for kills. And getting those is really important to get the best track online.
I mean, Rezo came quite far out. There's no tier 1 here anymore. There's no backup unless he can play his way out. The Shuriken setting up the stun there to find the Sunstrike from Miracle. They'll claim themselves another onto Rezo, keeping this Gyro down as much as they can.
It's cool to point out too, Miracle went for treads first before going for the Midas. So he wants to be able to, they want to play around him, so he wants to be able to have that extra stats and extra mana to be able to throw out those spells, throw out that damage onto Weehar in those engagements. Cool little jumper.
And of course, wanting to find that level 6. Something that certainly could turn these engagements. We're seeing at the moment having to just walk into position. Needs to have that point of initiation to catch the side of Liquid off guard.
Pretty significant that they take this tier 1 from Planet Odd so early. Because now Kuroki can just park himself bottom, get himself his level 6 nice and early, and Rez is in a position where it's awkward for him to go places. Because he wants to farm bottom, but it's not really that safe, and he wants to fight, but he went for... Oh, they actually have an epicenter going down.
They're
bottom.
going to try and take down Kuro. Do they have the detection? Dust is dropped, and Saxa setting up for Rezo to get involved. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mind Control and Matuma Man pushing in onto the tier 1. GH there behind the tower, ready to see if he can get a nice Fisher block to set up some action if he sees fit. Moon has hit 6 though. So the Shaker has to be careful. If Moon finds that Shaker on his own, could go for the solo kill, and indeed he can. GH walks up into the hands of Moon. The cogs are down. GH will try and win himself away, but the battery assault's out from Moon, and he'll claim himself the kill. Still has the hook shot. Does he want to try and go for more? That's the question. Matuma Man and Mind Control still in the neighborhood. Moon would need a few pluses to get that kill though, and indeed the TPs won't come in from Odd. They remain down bottom. Rezo getting a bit more farm now. Action that Liquid were drawn towards on the top lane.
Bottom lane, here we go again. They're rotating for Rezo.
That's the kill that they want. They've done it a few times already. Yeah, already 3 deaths on this Gyro. Another would be perfect for Liquid. It's pretty speedy with the phase boots. GH trying to chase him down, and in fact taking a lot of damage here now. With the cooldown, GH has to be careful. Fuse raindrop will block a bit of it. Meanwhile, at the same time, mid lane, Moon came in with the hook shot, managed to set up for a kill onto Miracle. So Rezo will survive. Kuro still had eyes on him, but Saxa comes around, so Liquid are put off from chasing any further.
Yeah, really significant that Rezo carrying not only Tango still, but also bought a Quelling Blade early. Playing versus Nature's Prophet and Gyrocopter. Or in the majority of carries, you want to have that Quelling to get out of the Sprout.
Look at this mid. Moon has an Invis room. Wants to try and cut off GH somehow. GH up towards the shrine.
I think he just walked actually in vision of the tower because they just pinged him.
I don't think GH got the memo though. Or maybe he did. There is TPs coming in. They're looking to potentially turn this one, but GH is going to get bursted pretty quickly with the chakram upon him. GH goes down. Illuminate flies in. Misery secures the kill. Burrow strike from Saxa. Looking towards Matuma Man. But Kuroki's there along with Miracle, throws out the shotgun, he's down the Keeper of the Light. Mass TPs as Odd trying to escape, but Saxa's not going to make it. The damage is too much, so the Nature's Wrath flies through from Mind Control, and Liquid will take the 2 kills. I think it was exactly as you said, Fog. They must have seen it. They knew that Planet Odd were going to go for that sort of play, and they were quick to react.
I saw Miracle, he walked behind Miracle, started pinging behind the tower, so it looked like he got a slight glimpse of him. He may have walked into the tower for a small second. So it was 1 track kill, now going for Kuro, just before he picked up, just when he picked up his level 6. GH still though, very shut down, and Moon just gets decimated in the mid lane from a Sunstrike.
And off the back of that kill, Liquid able to put a fair bit of pressure onto this middle tier 1. We are, with the TP across, looking to hold on to these towers. Doesn't want Liquid to get any freebies in the mid lane at all.
Liquid has much better tower push and objective taking. The Gyro hitting the towers for Planet Odd, while Liquid has not only Viper and Invoker, but they also have the Nature's Prophet. I
mean, I guess that's the thing really, when you look at it. Well, Liquid, they've got great push, but Planet Odd, they've got great D-push. With the Illuminate, with the spam from the Timbersaw, they've got a lot of ways to clear out the waves themselves.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having the Bounty Hunter though, right? Because you can actually get the vision of where the Coddle's positioned behind the tower. Bottom lane looking to continue this aggression onto Rezo. Yeah,
Rezo needs backup and he needs it quick. He has got Saxa in the neighborhood, but there's 3 members of Liquid surrounding him. Viper strikes out, the Sunstrike again on point. Rezo's down. Saxa comes in with the epicenter, does manage to bring down the Nature's Prophet with him. But Kuro and Matumba will end up finishing up, and that's more track kills for the side of Liquid.
Cool build. Interesting. My control was for Bale, first item.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a lot of magic damage coming out from the rest of the team.
Really good stats for the hero, for the right click as well.
The nuke from the ultimate is nothing to laugh at. Well, mid lane, Moon does find the hookshot onto Miracle. Miracle turning, trying to get the combo off, but Miracle's down. Maybe have to set up for the kill and return onto Moon. Echo slam from the sidelines. GH gets the Echoes out of there, and will bring down the clock. Still in the mid, we are playing around Kuro, has Misery there as well, jumps forward, gets the double. Now looking towards GH, but Mind Control, TP's in, blocks on Misery. Misery with the blinding light, trying to get himself away from the Nature's Prophet. Weehaw still playing around under the tower, the reactive armor stacks building up. He's feeling pretty invincible at the moment. GH does fall low, but now Man's coming as well as Mind Control. They've got to get himself out. Well, Weehaw goes back in. Timber chains across, picks up the triple. This man just isn't dying. They're trying to poke and prod at him. They'll throw down the veil on him, but it's just not enough damage. Weehaw able to get himself back out to safety after picking up a triple right underneath the noses of Liquid.
No fear.
Beautiful play indeed, and that's going to put him well on the way towards that Bloodstone.
Finders, keepers.
They're doing a good job, though, of keeping Mbrezzo
Radiant's
very
top
shut
tower
down in
is
this
under
game. They're
attack.
non-stop running at him, and they will Midas as well.
Radiant's
Miracle
top
and
tower
Matsu
is
both have
under
that stuff. So their scaling is going to be very good, and like we said, they do have a pretty damn strong early game lineup.
Yes.
Misery's farm is also quite significant in this game. 4,000 net worth. He's
Dire's
tied with
top
Rezo.
tower is
Just
under
like that
attack.
double kill that he got, and then him stacking and getting a couple good illuminates off in the fights. He's halfway towards that Aghanim's.
Oh, look at this. Misery just waltzes up, pops the dust, spots out Kuro. Do they have any sort of TP cancel? They don't. So Kuro quickly gets himself out of there, back to safety.
Uproot you.
Jungle, Timmerman. Planet odd side of the map. He is trying to go in towards the mid, desperately trying to find that farm for the Blue Dragon. 860 gold on him at the moment. A lot of attention from Odd on this middle lane.
Miracle
All
versus
top.
Octa.
Saxa tries to TP out, but the cold snap's there from Miracle. And Miracle grabs himself the solo kill.
They were contesting a hard camp stack. Satsu didn't know Miracle was there. Miracle just dropped a meatball, and then he tried to TP and yeah, got cold snapped. Miracle building toward that 4-step, very needed versus the clock.
Look at this.
Lane.
Is he just going to be able to pick this kill up for free? I mean, GH will hold him back with the Enchant Totem, but the Timber Chain forward. Planet on, they get the kill. Hookshot comes in from Moon, trapping up the Timberman. We are going to be able to take down a second there, as again, this mid lane is just an absolute dream for Planet on. Oh no! Oh, he nearly Timber Chained into the Sunstrike. That would have been pretty awful. He would have felt pretty bad then, but he didn't. He's fine. He'll come back in. They'll claim the tier 1 by the looks of it. Kroki trying to nuke it down the Shuriken, but Weeha says, you want to fight me? I'll fight you. Comes in with the Timber Chain. Mind control. Trying to trap him up, but the trees can't hold back this man. Cuts them down. Are relatively low at the moment. Kroki looks for the Shuriken. Oh, and the Fisher will take the old man down on his pony.
Weeha is incredibly big, though. Bloodstone finished up level
Dire's
13.
top tower is under attack.
My
That's
goodness.
2 times now I've seen Miracle go for the Sunstrike during like where he's predicting the Timber Chain is gonna happen. One spot him on that one tree and then there. Now he's going for another Sunstrike. Actually hit Weeha through the track.
Weeha's got to be careful. I'm sure Weeha was set. It's calculated. He even drops a smiley there for that one.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Jeder Prosta Age.
The chat will be
Voice must come out. I mean, that's the great of these two teams that we saw at the start. Very happy to be here in the grand finals. Ready for some fantastic Dota. Well, as I say, that Moon missed the hook. Come on, Moon.
They were getting aggressive on him.
I know. It was a panic. He turned around. He was scared. He's spooked. He survived it. Yeah. Probably didn't want to hook shot into that. Could have cost him his life.
Yeah. Sox is going to be
Tacticalness.
picking up
Dire's
that
middle
Blink Dagger
tower
now.
has been denied.
So that's going to let them actually have a real, another initiator other than just Moon to depend on. They're going to go for Smoke instantly on it.
Here we go. Let's see what they can find out of this one, Planet Odd. The line is drawn straight up to the top lane. Liquid themselves actually wrapping around towards middle from the bottom. Yeah, Planet Odd are already going to be away from that middle lane. So it looks like both teams are just going to simply avoid each other here. Odd will, by the looks of it, look to do a quick sweep of the jungle.
Radiant's middle tower
Get
is
some
under
nice
attack.
aggressive wards down, try to claim
Dire's
themselves another
structures
2-1.
are fortified.
They're suffering in the tower department. Look at these pings coming up from GH. He knows that they warded their jungle. He starts pinging that high ground ferociously already. He's like, yep, they're here. They warded. Must have seen, I guess, maybe with tower vision. He just got a glimpse of someone or something. But he definitely knew.
Radiant's middle
Track
tower
onto
is
Weeha.
under
I mean,
attack.
this feels like a pretty tough kill, but I guess with the 4th, then they could have a chance. I say that, it's quick with the Timber Chain. They don't have the control, and now the rest of Planet Oz starting to wrap around. Saxa keeping himself hidden in the tree line, revving up the epicenter, ready to try and jump in. Who's he going to fight? He's a little far up, but he still gets in. Blinks forward, finds the Burrow Strike. The Timberman's been left alone and taken down. Planet Odd find the Viper. Kuro quickly TPs himself out. It's a long TP, but he will make it. The cover of Invis.
Timber Saw is just super elusive, super tanky to all the physical damage that Liquid has, and they don't really have that crazy amount of disable. It's majority the Earthshaker until the Invoker starts to get more involved with all of his spells in those type of situations. That being said, I mean, Miracle's already 8-2-1, but
I mean, it's
it's
obviously
coming to him, the kills and everything.
And Miracle's offensive potential certainly has been slowed down in the build that he's decided he has to go for. You know, getting the mice and then the 4 stuff before the straight Axe Rush, but which is obviously is absolutely understandable. With the quick in the game.
Yeah, his only 2 deaths have been literally because Moon hooked him.
So he does have to get it, but as I say, it puts back the Aghanim, so that potential from the Invoker will be limited for a little bit longer.
GH getting Blink Dagger soon. That's gonna be quite significant for Liquid to have they don't have a real initiator for themselves. That is their initiator now, so that'll make it much easier to actually blow up Weehan, combo him, and keep that lockdown consistent.
Solar Crest, oh sorry no, Heaven's Halberd nearly finished on Resolution. So, did Mind Control finish the Solar Crest of yet? On the Nature's Prophet? He did. So he's got the Solar Crest now on Mind Control. Looking for Blade Mail next, so interesting build indeed. Something a little different. It kind of bits from many other builds, but it's combining them together in a different way.
Yeah, Solar Crest is nice. Just, I mean, the armor is always great. The Blade Mail is amazing versus Planet Odds because they have a lot of damage that you can't control. Like, as soon as the Gyrocopter starts using its spells, its damage just keeps coming out. So the Blade Mail is going to do damage no matter what. Same thing with Epicenter. Similar thing with Metal and Timbersaw. They will definitely always hurt themselves on that Blade Mail.
Here's the good ammo.
To stop. Good aggressive wards coming out from Kuroki in the last 2 minutes or so. He went deep into enemy jungle and put 3 to claim the enemy side. So they're going to be wanting to play around Planet Odds jungle rather than their own. Is what that indicates to me.
Yeah, you got the 4 staff now complete as well on Matumba. So both cores with that ability to get themselves out of the clutches of Moon's play on the Clockwork. Mind Control continue to shove in that bottom lane, whereas Planet Odd, they're working together as a full 5-man unit. All of them
bottom tower
up on the
is
top,
under
looking
attack.
to put pressure onto that tier 2.
Dire's top
Kuroki
tower
will come back
is
in
under
behind
attack.
that tier 2 bottom just to see if any sort of
Radiant
TP reaction
structures
does
are
come out from
fortified.
Planet Odd. But it looks set at the
Radiant's
moment to
bottom
stick
tower
up top,
is under attack.
claim a tier 2 themselves. Could simply just be the trade for the trade. See if any team is able to hold. Liquid are going to be the first to claim the tower. The tier 2's already down, as expected, as you mentioned.
Dire's
Planet Odd
top
siege
tower
a
is
lot
under
slower
attack.
than what Liquid have to offer.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it in action here.
Just avoiding the fight for the time being. They ideally want to get the Aghanims on the Invoker before. They already have the Blink on the Shaker, which can allow them to get aggressive, but the ideal scenario is, yeah, get Aghanims on the Invoker, and then their team fight actually becomes very realistic.
Radiant's middle
However,
tower
Misery
is
will
under
have his
attack.
Aghanims on the Keep It Alive pretty much at the same time, actually.
Are we actually going to see this really come out from Kuro? The Aghanims rush on the Bounty Hunter? I don't think I've ever seen it.
They've got the Veil.
No, and it may be postponed there with Moon coming in like that with the hook shot. Kuro is going to have to dream about the axe a little longer.
With the Veil and with the
Sure, yeah.
toss damage that got
Okay.
added at level 20 a couple patches ago, the damage is pretty significant as well.
Interested to see in action, but as we're seeing, it's going to be quite a while away. Kuro's still a long way to go if he wants to go for that axe pickup. Talking about axe pickups, Miracle has his finish, 22 minutes in. Not really prolonged too much at all by the 4 staff, as he's still been hitting an incredible stride. Top of the net worth on this Invoker, 11,500, 22 minutes in.
Yeah, I've been jungling for a while.
Yeah. Saxa looking for a force himself, getting good levels on the Sanking, level 13 at the moment.
Moon recovered very well too. Suffering pretty hard in the early game, 5,800, but still the issue is for Planet is that Rezo is still pretty hurt in all of this, having just the halberd. But the damage doesn't come directly from him, it comes from the Timbersaw and everything as well. Kuroki position top for Saxa. He's got a sentry ward waiting for somebody to get closer. Rezo making his way up top as well.
Saxa is going to have backup here. Straight up Burrow Strike onto the bounty. They'll pop the dust out. Planet Odd are continuing to head over. Timmerman still towards the mid lane. They'll drop down the mana drain. Weeha doesn't want to go in and try and play with this. He's thinking about it. He's had a bit of harassment with the chakram, but doesn't want to commit up onto the high ground. Same time though, Miracle continues to sit down on the bottom lane, pushing the lane in, now level 18.
Maybe in about 50 seconds or so when it hits daytime, we'll see Planet Odd actually want to take a fight. They'll have that visual advantage and of course the Toddle heal with the axe.
Bottom. Here we go.
Radiant's
Mind
bottom
control
tower
TPing
is
in to
under
join
attack.
Miracle. Thinking about trying to go for a play here. They'll set up with the Tornado and combo onto Misery. The turnaround's going to be attempted by Resolution at Moon. Again, in with a hook shot. Grabs Miracle. Does have the 4 staff to get himself out of there. Mind control, the Blade Man nearly able to turn around onto Resolution. Can he find the kill of the Jaro? He can. Mind control gets the kill on the backlines. GH jumping in with the slam already though. Planet Odd, they've lost 2. Miracle trying to escape, but Weeha throws out the chakram, gets the kill. Matumba tries to commit onto Moon, but he goes straight for the TP on the clock and will survive. Saxa now tag teamed in with the Epi into Burrow Strike. Matumba Man being brought down low. Weeha cuts across. Can they get this kill? Matumba Man's looking to Saxa and he will find it, but Matumba Man pays with his life. Weeha now godlike with the double kill and he's not done yet. He spots an Earthshaker. GH gets nuked down as well. Triple kill for the Timbersaw. Weeha thinking about more. Kuro does have the invis. Doesn't have any detection on him, so he won't get anything else, but nonetheless, again, an incredibly chaotic team fight. Planet all coming out on top. And this Timbersaw up to 18 Bloodstone charges, and maybe even more here. Moon and Misery, they found Kuro, they pop out the dust, they get Weeha another, straight up to 19.
Woo.
This Timbersaw, 11-1-6.
He is a big problem. But I mean, he is the big problem, but you saw what happened with Rezo there. Rezo runs up to Nature's Prophet, and Mind Control just clicks the Blade Mail and actually just stands toe-to-toe with him and pretty much solo kills him. But yeah, Weeha is definitely something that they need to find a solution for.
He's going absolutely ham this game.
With that Lotus Orb, it makes it pretty tough for them to actually control him nicely. Because even if the Cold Snap comes on him, he can remove it. Same with the Soul, like a bunch of the other abilities that they do have.
I mean, how do they stop it? I mean, it feels like maybe it's top lane. Mind Control actually TPing in, look to play around with Moon. Does have GH there as well. Moon a little too tricky to trap, as he will get himself out of there. Bottom lane, Planet off, putting the pressure onto the tier 1. See if any sort of reaction comes out. Resolution, the casual Yasha into the BKB, next on his shopping list.
Oh, it's so scary, this Timber.
I mean, once he gets that Keeper's Guard, he's not going to be fun to play around with. Mid lane, Miracle will drop down the combo onto Saxa. Saxa's able to walk it out. Weeha immediately with the TP, look to go in for a play in return. Chakram connects out onto both of them. Krill out with the Ghost Walk, GH as well. Will Weeha continue to chase? Well, with Misery, Moon and Rezo running around for the side, they'll certainly go for it. GH tried to go high ground for the TP out, but Moon's there with the hook shot.
Weeha is like nothing, no fear at all. This amount of armor with 0 reactor stacks is at 26.
We haven't seen any Timbersaw at all this tournament, but this game 1 of the finals, Weeha bringing it in and really showing us how damn good it can be in the right situation. It's getting out of control, and as you say, the lockdown hasn't been there. And when is the answer going to come out for this Timber? How do they kill it?
They're going to have to expend a lot to actually go for him. They're going to have to use like pretty much everything. Meatball Blast, the Echo, etc. Yeah, when you see a lineup with like very little magical, like you know, straight up magical, like, you know, like you think like Sanking ulti, some things like that. Sure, they have the Invoker spells, which are magical, and the Earthshaker spells, but coming up with the other ones, it's not like they have some crazy spell damage. Wrath of Nature and Viper ult and a Shuriken toss. It's not like these big magic damage heroes, these big int heroes.
Miracle looking to finish up that Lincoln Sphere as soon as he can. Odd on the prowl though, on their own jungle. Miracle does have to be careful here, they've got vision on him. Miracle, can he play his way out of this one? Goes down on the man a little bit, turns around with the Tornado EMP, forces himself down. Weeha continues to chase though, and there's Moon, straight in with a hook shot, trapping up GH. Burrow Strike comes in from Saxa, they've trapped Miracle. The force is there from Timberman, trying to get Miracle out of this one, but he's stunned up, nuked down by Weeha's Chakram, and now Weeha beyond godlike and ready for more. They've taken down 2, they're looking for a 3rd. Burrow Strike to set up onto the Timberman, and they'll get themselves another Planet Odd. Getting absolutely out of control, and they're not done yet. Mind Control trying to hide behind the tree, but Saxa, Weeha and Moon surround him, take the Nature's Prophet as well, and it just doesn't stop. Weeha up to 24 Bloodstone charges.
Oh my goodness. Moon getting the perfect hook on the initiators in the backline, but yeah, Miracle getting caught a bit out of position. They just didn't expect them to all collapse that quickly.
Everything being utilized, they're trying to save Miracle. Forcing himself, you know, Timberman comes in, but that hook shot again from Moon, disrupting any sort of counterplay that could potentially come out from GH and Kuro. And Liquid just fell apart piece by piece. That's
probably like that feeling from a Timberman there. That's probably one of the worst feelings. It's like you're trying to come to the fight because it's happening, but you're a slow Viper. And by the time you get there, you're just like, I'm there too late. That you just end up being cannon fodder. You're being cannon fodder at the end of it.
And with those kills, Planet Odd get more than enough space to head into Roshan, get themselves a free Aegis into the hands of Resolution, and look to keep this momentum going. And all in all, definitely the thing to consider, despite this amount of positive action we are seeing for Planet Odd. It's still just a 1k lead, and whoa, hook shot again, Moon comes in for all. The Echo Slam setup's there for GH, who will be able to pop the Aegis immediately. Odd do punish Kuro for it. Can they punish anyone else? They're looking to chase down GH. GH, can he get himself out? Blinks down to the low ground. Whoa, he makes it out. GH will escape. So Kuro's life is expended, but it does allow them to pop that Aegis as soon as Rezo picks it up.
That seems worth it. course, some reactions as well.
Miracle. Chase down here. So will connect. It's a little too though for Rehard to dive upon. Initially, Matuma Man moving across as well. So Liquid
Dire's
trying to
middle tower is under
form
attack.
some sort of a defense here on this bottom tier 2.
Rehard just does not care. As he should. 51 armor. 63 health per second.
Absolutely crazy.
Ridiculous.
14, 1 and 8.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Easily Weehar's best performance here, Lamp.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely loving life right now on the Timber.
And here we go. Recalls keep coming out. Not daytime right now, so they don't get the benefit from the auto lag.
Tries coming onto Miracle. Quick response there with the tornado.
Dire's bottom tower
Efficient to
is
hold
under
him back.
attack.
That's all it will be. As we are, as you mentioned, quickly regenning back up to full.
He's such a problem. I'm really thinking how they do bring him back. They have to like isolate him super hard, but
how?
But how? Yeah, exactly. With like everything that he's got in his arsenal. It's too difficult, especially when if ever Moon's in the area to get that like bailout with a hook shot. It's pretty much like impossible for them to chain lock down Weeha. He can always interrupt it.
I mean, maybe at this point, if you're Liquid, you're just saying, we've got to take this late, we've got to out-wrap them, we've got a Nature's Prophet, we've got an Invoker, we can go for sort of split push plays, but here we go, bottom, the fight continues again. Moon comes in with a hook shot onto Matuma, will be forced out to the sidelines. Planet Odd being careful about how deep they dive close to the tier 2. There's the attempt to turn around Liquid with the cold snap onto Weeha, but the Viper strike, no! He dropped it onto the Lotus Orb, goes straight back into the face of Matuma Man's Viper, who now gets caught up by a Burrow strike. Matuma Man, he's going to get taken down as the Illuminate flies through. Kuroki getting used down low as well. They do kill Moon, but again, it's Liquid losing the majority. They've lost 2. Miracle trying to retreat. The Lincoln's Field will be there to block off the Burrow strike. And a missile flying in his way will keep the Magician at bay. As Planet Odd securing the space to clean up another tower. As Miracle desperately tries to hold them back, will go for the tornado into the Sunstrike, but at the same time, Weeha's just jumping deep, looking to dive towards the tier 3s. The missile connects. Quick silence from Mind Control will stop. We are going for more. This is getting pretty crazy indeed. 32 for 21.
Only 2k gold.
I mean, that's the thing. Even though it seems like it's all Planet Odd's momentum, the farm difference isn't big. Liquid are still keeping up despite the pressure that Planet Odd are putting on them.
Yeah, Odd gets 2 kills, but Liquid gets a 3-man track kill. So, you know, it kind of like evens out, but then Odd gets the tower, so that surges them ahead for that manner. Yeah, Matu's just looking, Matu's not looking too threatening now at all after for quite a while. I mean, he's 2-7 and
He's in trouble again. Yeah, Moon straight in with a hook shot, forces forward to cut out any sort of escape route from Matumba. He tries to make himself around the cogs. Weeha with the control, the chakram slowing him down, allowing the cooldown from Razush to connect. GH drops the echo, trying to hold Weeha back. They'll bring him down low, will save Matumba for the time being. Tornado flies through from Miracle, looking for the Sunstrike setup, but Weeha's already out to the sideline. Will survive for the time being. Rezo looking to turn with the BKB moving forward as Moon hook shots back in, but Mind Control forced back to safety. Will survive.
If there was any time that they could get the Weeha there, in any situation.
They're still chasing. And we have Moon actually hook shotting into his teammates, so they're taking a shuriken to the face. That's a bit of a funny one. He's actually going to buy back for this. Wants to get himself back in. Doesn't want to let Weeha go down. Weeha using the Lotus to try and remove the first time. The second one comes through. Moon with the hook shot after the buyback, cutting off Miracle and the rest of Liquid from being able to chase down the rest of his team. May pay with his life though. He's trapped up in the tree line. They've got more than enough physical. They'll punish Moon. Moon now down for 65 seconds off the back of that dieback. What can Liquid do with this?
The chase coming out from Liquid.
Got the numbers advantage.
With the fresh Orchid picked up on Nature's Prophet, although of course Timbersaw does have the Lotus Orb, it's gonna be pretty decent to try to go for any picks.
Look at this, GH just jumps in onto Misery, tries to go for a bit of a swag play, but there's Weeha with a bigger swag attack, comes along with the Timber Chain, cuts down the Shaker. Can they get anything more out of this? Straight across, avoiding the EMP. Weeha with a big shot on the Timber Chain, cuts down the trees, doesn't give a damn about those, looking towards Mind Controller, will put the Blade Man and the Nature's Wrath out, but Weeha continues to fight forward. Saxa blinks up, trying to get the Burrow Strike, but the quick silence is there from Mind Control, goes for the TP out. Sweet play from Mind Control there with that Orchid play. Making sure he could get back out to safety. No stun to worry about. The rest of his team could be in danger though. Weeha pods the dust. Miracle a little too far away to chase, but down on the bottom lane, Matuma Man left high and dry by the looks of it as Weeha comes across. Misery's there to back him up. I mean, Matuma's fairly tanky, but there's no way he gets out of this one as 4 members of Odd surround him and get the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under
Mana leak.
attack.
Oh man, Matu's definitely like so upset right now. He got mana leaked like 2 or 3 times while getting chased. He just can't move. He's already so immobile.
I mean, look at this again. Miracle just having to drop his spells and run.
We're having some pretty incredible chases though. We had one chase from the Dire tier 2 bottom to the mid tier 2 of the Radiant squad, and then we have this chase in the opposite manner of the Radiant tier 2 to the Dire tier 2.
I'm ready to see how things change. We've got the axe complete on Kuro, Fogs. So that extra bit of bounce, couple of bounces on each hero.
Level 18 as well, level max track now, so a lot of bonus gold for yourself.
I'm ready to see how much that. I mean, as you said, with the veil out there and with the additional damage once he hits 20.
Yep.
It's a fair bit of nuke if you can get those double bounces on everyone.
He's 475 nuke, or
Yeah.
450 nuke, so
Let's see it. Let's see if it's enough.
900 damage plus the veil, pretty good.
I mean, again, it feels so strange because Liquid, they actually have the overall net worth lead, considering the way that this game is going. Even though it really seems like every fight effectively is won by Planet Odd.
Yeah, the dieback hurt a lot. Clockwork lost a lot of gold. So he's actually put below now Coddle and the Sand King.
Players here.
It's all that track money. It's although you're getting less kills, it's all about
It really
how
is.
many people are around and how many people get the bonus gold.
That's what it is, that track goal. Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Incoming.
Mind Control consistently keeping up that split push so they can at least force Planet Odd to kind of split up a bit, but you know they do have a Coddle so they can always recall for those fights.
What's Mind Control getting? Oh, he's got the completed blood.
She got this, yeah. So it is still on. Okay, so Misery's Gem is still on Kuroki. After they took it earlier.
Look at this, Liquid coming out with the smoke. Seeing if they can kick something off. Moment Planet Odd positioned on the higher ground towards the west. Unlikely that they are going to be caught out by the looks of it. Liquid heading over into the neighborhood. Weeha and Moon still with the better positioning. Smoke will be dispelled. Liquid aware that there's members on the high ground.
And it's up.
And yeah, they know that they do not have the advantageous way to move in, so they'll back off, not wanting to fight blindly into that higher ground.
Matuma's starting to get pretty farm now, finishing up the butterfly with the S and Y.
Matuma, Reza.
Oh, wow, why was I saying Matuma? Sorry. I'm like, wait, what was I talking about? Yeah, Reza's looking good. Matu's actually the one who's been falling very far behind. That's my one concern for Liquid here. The good thing that they have is that they do have Invoker, which scales incredibly hard, and it's Miracle on the Invoker. And they have Mind Control farming really well on that Nature's Prophet. Track should allow, as long as they get some good fights, Matu's actually able to live and gets those track gold, that's where he starts being able to actually come back and be a real driving force, because this Viper is not feeling good with his 8 deaths.
Roshan is up.
Pull roots and run.
Let's see if Planet Odd wants to try and look for it. They don't really have the quickest way of taking it down. I guess they got a fair bit of damage on the gyro with the butterfly, but it's not really a quick Rosh. Liquid themselves, again, heading over to Planet Odd's side of the map. The Miracle with that blink.
Invisibility.
Very much ready to make the plays, get himself all around there. Get that positioning that's required to catch Planet off the mark. Odd are coming in with the TPs down bottom. Still, Liquid are around. GH ready to jump in if he sees an opportunity. Weeha frontlining, cleaning the wave out.
They looked like they wanted to try. They're all in the area.
It's a very, I mean, that is the hero you don't want to jump on, really, isn't it? Jumping on the timber. It's so scary for Liquid.
So tame. But they are waiting till he's more isolated, and then if they're all 5 there, they really
Maybe. Can they try for this? They're going to start to poke it in. Throw out a Fissure and a Sunstrike. There's a Deafening Blast Meteor combo. He's brought down to half health. Matuma Man comes in with a BKB, focusing down Misery. Takes the Keeper of the Light. Now turning towards the Timber with the Bloodthorn. They've got enough damage. They'll bring down Weeha. Resolution with the BKB trying to fight back up against Matuma Man's Viper, but he's pretty tanky indeed. Saxa will jump forward, but Miracle has the control. The Tornado into the EMP. Liquid get themselves a third. This time, Liquid take the team fight for now. Moon said, do you want another? As he comes in with the hook shot, and he may just have given them, but the track's out. And that will be a bit of a freebie on top of it all. It's
Alright,
Rizzo says, you want another? I'll throw my life as well. No, maybe not. It's a bit of a debate. Turns around, sets up for the double kill for Weeha. Does lose Rizzo's life. So planning up with the sacrificial plays to try and buff Weeha's Bloodstone up. That's some next level play. See if Weeha can get anything more out of this. Kuro and Miracle already out there. Doesn't have the detection.
That is a huge swing, though.
Absolutely.
The amount of tracks, I think that was everybody who got tracked up.
They
Seven
threw themselves out.
Ooh, the Bloodthorn coming out onto Weeha post Lotus Orb was perfect timing. And then missing cheese coming out for Liquid.
Immortality.
And as we're seeing, as you said, when there's track in the game, we saw every time they lose a team fight, they keep it even. If they win a team fight, good luck catching back up. It's going to get messy for Planet Odd if that continues to happen.
And it's finally Matu surviving in the midst of all of that. So he gets a nice surge of gold, 1900 with the BKB finished. A couple levels as well, 3 levels gained in that last fight. Everyone's starting to acquire a good chunk of net worth. Bounty Hunter got that level 20 now for the extra shuriken damage and for the 3,000 gold from all that. Bounty gets an incredible chunk when you get the tracks.
Not bad at all, as we can see on the graph. Straight swing right down. XP looking pretty neck and neck as well between the two sides. 4-star from Bounty. I mean, how many 4-stars have we got on the side of Liquid? It feels like a lot. We've got, what, Hurricane Pie? Everyone pretty much apart from Mind Control. There's what, a couple of Hurricane Pies, a couple of 4-stars.
Yep, they're gonna have 4 once that last one comes out.
And we're seeing how annoying that is for Planet Odd to play around with. There was that period of the game before these items came out where Moon was able to do a lot, but now it's so hard for this clock to get that much done in the team fight.
Yeah, majority of their damage is coming from Weeha. Rezo, he needs the BKB to get into the fray versus an Invoker. As soon as the BKB goes down, you're just very susceptible to all the spell damage and lockdown. Invoker now hits level 25, and since it's Miracle, always takes the AoE damage blast over the tornado. Bottom lane.
Yeah, they find themselves 3-1 hits. Mind Control's cut out, left alone. Take him down once. Does have that Aegis, and Liquid, they are heading over. Are they going to be able to try and re-engage off this watch GH? Can he find the positioning for the setup? He does have an Echo Sam available. Touch for Vision, but Saxa is quick on the plays. Comes in with a Burrow Strike, holds back the Shaker. But GH still survives. No, he doesn't. Weeha finishes off the kill. Gets the double. Rigging towards Miracle. Miracle with the AoE Deputy Blast, but Resolution's has to be getting already out. There's a homing missile going straight for the Invoker's face. Weeha chases him down. Timber chains across, cuts down the Invoker. Gets Kuro as well with the drive-by Illuminate from Misery. But Superman will claim the kill. Back up to full health with the cheese. But Odd, they surround him. They take him down 3. They're going to take 4 as well. But Superman falls. And Planet Odd get themselves back on top once again with a phenomenal team fight.
Massive swing, and again, finding the initiator, getting GH, getting him instantly before the fight starts.
Absolutely. You've got to give massive credit to Saxa there.
Yeah.
Catching out that Shaker. We'll see it again here.
Look how he's smoked up. Saxa's smoked up here at the top left of the screen, waiting for the rest of the heroes to come in from Liquid. As soon as he pops, gets into a great spot, puts down the sentries on RC.
Straight away.
Perfect.
No hesitation from him.
Able to isolate Mind Control, and then right there, all their big lockdown is gone from the fight because it's majority from the Earthshaker. Yeah. And the BKB's out, majority of Miracles.
And down bottom, they're pushing in. They're forced out a buyback from the Timberman. Bringing the tier 3 down top. GH comes in with the Echo, moves there with the response though, and GH is punished. Resolution falling low, gets the BKB out. Oh, he's going for the TP, surely he doesn't make it. He doesn't. The Gyro kill. Can they get anything more? Moon back in again with the second hook shot onto Matuma. Starts to walk it off, but Matuma's turning with the power of Mind Control. They'll take the clock as well. Liquid do force Planet Odd away.
That was both gems too. Moon had both of the gems on him, I think it was. Oh my god, they recovered both. That was a big swing that happened in the bottom when they lost both gems, but now getting both back is quite nice for the Bounty Hunter. Not having gem on Coddle makes your day a lot easier. A good buyback from Matumba Man.
I mean, we're really seeing as well, Mind Control's Bloodthorn purchase is absolutely crucial for getting these kills. It makes it so easy. It's a Lyric Quid actually to finish off these bigger cores, like even like Weeha's Timber.
It's not even just the silence. It's the amount of sheer right-click damage you start to do, critting for over 500.
My goodness, 43 minutes in, 42 to 33. Only game 1 of this best of 5 grand finals. It's been everything we've hoped for so far. Still in a game, things could go either way. We're seeing on the net worth, you know, between the individuals toe and toe, neck and neck. With this Invoker Weeha, Miracle versus the Timber.
It's the story of the initiations again, it seems. Whoever can get like the best initiation, and if whoever's split up kind of in a way is the ones.
I agree. 40 minutes in, 42 to 33. Only game 1 of this best of 5 grand finals. It's been everything we've hoped for so far. Still in a game, things could go either way. We're seeing on the net worth, you know, between the individuals toe and toe, neck and neck. With this Invoker Weeha, Miracle versus the Timber.
Whoever can get like the best initiation, and if whoever's split up kind of in a way is the ones. before leading the charge to get the initiation.
Jump in, looks for the burrow, Miracle quick for the tornado in return, sends VR up into the skyline. The MP comes out of well, there's the Bloodthorn, the Lotus Orb upon him, as well as the 4-star from his teammates. Gets the Timber back up to the high ground. Buying the time for Resolution to respawn. Planet Odd will hold Liquid out of the base.
That was, yeah, it was with Aegis cheese earlier that Liquid had. They just need to be S5 when they take those engagements too. And GH needs to be very careful of his position.
Weehar's coming out. He wants to play. He's straight in. Knows Kuro's in the neighborhood. The rest of Liquid are there as well. They do have Echo Slam back up. They have to be careful. Moon goes in with the hook shot onto Matumba. Weehar is looking to commit. Forces the BKB out. Matumba will go for the BKB TP out. Gets himself back to safety. But Sax is hunting for more. Procs the Linkers with the Yules. Finds the follow Burrow Strike, but Miracle gets double, triple forced out by the rest of his team. We'll get back to safety. Moon looked to see if he could catch on the hook shot. Doesn't quite hit the target. So Liquid do manage to disengage successfully. No lives are lost. Miracle completing the Octarine as well now, ready for the next defense. The high ground push is going to get harder and harder for Planet Odd.
They still have a good amount to gain though. That's the nice thing, is that Gyrocopter, Rezo is far from being maxed out. Still has 2 big items getting picked up, the Satanic and replacing the Aquila.
He's certainly getting pretty crazy. I mean, the amount of heroes that are getting pretty damn stacked for this stage of the game. We've got 4 heroes hitting the 20k net worth mark and above.
It's pretty it's pretty closely matched in the way you look at it. Like Matu still has scaling potential because he has the Midas, and he still has 3 slots open, while Rezo kind of has the similar scenario. But then the counteracting force is how farmed Mind Control is compared to the Clockwork, and the differences in what those heroes apply. Then, you know, you guys have the Invoker and the Weeha, and they're pretty much tied up. So yeah, you look at the net worth, and it's like, yeah, they're exactly similar, and the heroes kind of match up in the same kind of factor.
There's Octarine for Weeha as well. Very much, well, 6 slot in the moment. Definitely, I guess you've got to continue to look to, or maybe eventually swap out the Yules for something else, or does he need the Yules, do you feel, as well as the Lotus for himself? Or is there still progression for this Timber?
Still get the Aghanims if he feels like he wants more damage over the Yules. I think he likes it though. It's pretty nice that the double kind of save for yourself, having both the Lotus and the Yules to be able to remove the silences and stop the disables being chained.
Wrap around coming in for Liquid off the back of this smoke. They know that the side of Order on the high ground. Miracle's going to jump forward, but straight away the BKB comes out. In front of the AoE Deafening Blast, forces himself down to the bottom. Saxa comes in with the Burrow Strike, the epicenter. He catches 2, but the Echo Slam is out in response for GH, trapping up the Sand King. Shuriken Nuke gets thrown out by Kuroki, but it's not enough damage. The turnaround from Matumba as he looks to take down Moon. Kuroki still alive for the time being. Weeha jumps forward with the Shiva's Guard, but it's not going to clip onto Kuro. He'll survive. Mind Control traps up Misery. Has the Ghost Scepter for the time being. It's not going to be enough to save him. The Sun Strike connects. Misery's down. Planet Odd, they've lost 2. We are still standing pretty strong. Can Liquid bring down the Timber? They'll throw down the Silence. They've got the Bloodthorn. He removes it with the Lotus. Uses himself up. Can he play himself out? Tries to get his way out of the tree line. Deafening Blast connects, but he's still alive. He's up to the high ground. Timber changed back down. He's looking for Kuro, and he may just get it. No, he doesn't quite. Kuro will survive, but the biggest survive is the fact that he's still alive in this situation somehow.
Are you kidding me?
Miracle, can he continue to play around with the Timber? He's eyeing him up, looks to set up for the Tornado, but Weeha sidesteps to the side, needs some backup. There'll be a TP coming in from Resolution. Weeha still has to survive for a bit more time before the backup's there. Here comes the Gyro. GH trying to open up the homing missile, straight in on the Shaker's head, takes down the Shaker. Weeha still there, ready to turn. Resolution pops the BKB, looks towards the side, trying to bat him against Matumba, but Matumba man, he BKBs himself. Weeha continues to chase that Mind Control, has the bounty rune if he wants it. He doesn't need it, he just needs to keep his life intact. Again, with the self-Yules, should be able to tip and change himself. But no, the Sun is following through, removes it through the Lotus Orb, back up to the high ground, turns with the Shivas. Sunstride's going to be off the mark. We are ready to go back in with the nuke, takes down another with the Whirling Death. They have lost Rezo, but it's Liquid. They're losing the ball, but Timberman chased down. We are with the Timber Chain, gets the double kill, and Planet Odd aren't done yet. They're looking towards Miracle. Mind Control by the stride. We are comes back along. Mind Control puts the BKB, just turn, take down Moon. We are still ready to go. Looking for Mind Control with the BKB TP out. Will escape. Miracle does not want to re-engage. He gets himself out. Weeha, they're going absolutely ham. 23-13. What a game this has been so far, Fog. And it's nowhere near ending.
Oh, take a breath, man. Holy crap, I can't believe we survived all that. I wish the fight recap actually showed everything, because that was probably like 38 timber chains, like 12 chakrams, like 22 whirling deaths or something. That was incredibly good usage from Weehaw, from both the Eul Scepter and the Lotus Orb back and forth to remove the silences. That deafening blast that pushed him up on the high ground in the Ancients was like the dream
I can't believe
come true.
Just time and time again being brought down to minimal health.
How long was that fight?
Ooh.
That was like an 80-second fight or 90-second fight that happened where Weehaw survived the entire thing. They like Miracle and Weehaw both did the same thing too. They both chased each other on the right side. The whole fight's happening on the left side, but the fight lasts so long that they come back in, continues on.
Now Weehaw feeling on top of the world now. Put those Bloodstone charges in the lock. Planet Odd looking for find the jump in. They found GH. GH turns with the vision. Does catch three of them. The Echo Slam as well. GH bring the ball down low. The follow through from Invoker brings down the Sankey. Jump up to the high rebel. Weehaw ready set up for GH. GH falling down. Kuroki throws out the Shuriken. Weehaw does get silenced up, but he removes it with the Lotus Orb. Timber chase down. Looking to get the Chakra connection onto GH, but he doesn't quite find it. Miracle does he have the control? Vision's there all over the video. They finally kill him. They finally take down the Timber as Miracle gets the triple kill. He's only down for 10 seconds though.
He's back though.
But they did get him finally.
He has to be completely isolated though, but damn, GH, perfect timing for the Echo Slam. Survives jukes and jibes away from the Timbersaw spell, survives long enough to have that lockdown that they much need to kill him. It's insane how tanky he really is versus this lineup though. Holy crap.
Let's see what they can do out of this. This is quite a good opening for Liquid there. There's two
Undercard
heroes down on Planet Odd. Miracle comes in with the setup onto Weehaw. Trees aren't going to trap him, already out with Simmer Jane. Missile procs the Lincoln Sphere. Planet Odd, only 3 members alive. They need 20 seconds back before they have the full team. Here comes the call now from Rezo. Goes forward with the BKB, trying to force Man out of the base as he shoves himself down to the low ground. Odd, they are holding. Back comes in Man, actually forced forward, looking for the connection onto Rezo. Planet Odd with a lot of deep push, mind control, teleporting in. The MP a little off the mark there in terms of timing. Won't clip onto Weehaw.
Roche spawning or has spawned soon. Liquid should be quite aware of that one. They don't want to force any fight before they lose the Aegis. They're going to back up, farm from out, and their lane, bottom lane is starting to be a little bit of an issue. Kuroki went back for a mech, so they could have some sustain to go for those type of sieges and push. That extra sustain is definitely extremely significant in these fights because the way that the fight is being like spread out and how long it's lasting, he's able to throw out so many urns to help out his teammates and bring them back up and keep the fight going longer and longer, which is proving to be better and better for Liquid in comparison to Planet Odd, because Planet Odd is extremely dependent on Resolution having that BKB up for him to be in the fight. Once the Resolution's BKB goes down, it's literally Weehaw versus the world.
And I imagine this state, well, most of the BKBs on the field down to the 5-second duration.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about BKBs, Man has to pop it there, gets a little spooked with Planet Odd, spotting man the river. This missile still is going to connect, and Weehaw wants to follow through. Comes in with the Sheeva's guard, finds the initial Chakra Monster Viper, but he forces himself out. Miracle throws the Tornado and the MP to hold back the Timbersaw, allowing time for the rest of Liquid to get themselves the hell out of there.
And it's off.
Just getting control around this pit. As we said though, Odd can't take the Roshan that quickly. No, as big as Weehaw is, he doesn't offer too much in terms of damage to attack Roche.
Smoke coming out from now from Liquid. They're trying to get on the aggression. It just turned nighttime, I believe 30 seconds ago. Yeah, so they're looking to take advantage of that.
Kuroki trying to get the vision out with the tracks. Weehaw immediately removing it with the Lotus. Actually on the sidelines, Miracle, he's coming pretty deep. At the homing missile, oh, that's going to set up for Moon to find the hook shot. Burrow strike as well. They'll push him back with the Colt into the collision of Resolution. Miracle trying to play himself out with the Hurricane Pike and the Tornado, but moves in there with the Battery Assault. They'll get the Invoker kill, and they're not done yet. Weehaw coming across towards the middle lane. He's going to be held back by the Euls from Liquid. Odd will continue to chase though. Have they got the vision on Kuro? Doesn't look like they have. Kuro too far down to the south, will survive. It is only Miracle going down, but I say only Miracle, that's a big kill. That's no Invoker for 80 seconds.
GH also positioned
He's
himself
trying to shove this lane in.
Moon's in the area. Oh, hooks the neutrals though.
They may still get it though. Weeha's playing around with the Shaker, has the Eul set up, ready to go to town. GH goes for the Euls on him to return, but there's a further Euls. They've got the control. GH will throw down the Echo, but he's not going to keep himself alive. As Liquid lose a second, into the pit they go, but mind control from the outside. Tries to take down Misery, but Misery, oh, he will end up popping to the Soulbound from the Bloodthorn. He puts his hands to his head, but he knows it's still good for the team, as they still have the advantage here. They have the time and space to go into Roshan.
Illusion!
KuroKy, can he go for any sort of play? He's hanging around outside the pit. Mind control there as well. Yeah, Otter a little spooked. They don't want to hang around even with 2 heroes down in this situation. Trimmerman, BKB's trying to escape, and Moon comes in, has the control with the hook shot. Cogs blocking off the escape route down the middle lane, forces himself into the high ground, but Trimmerman needs help and he needs it fast. Going for the TPI, is he going to make it before the missile connects? It doesn't matter, there's a Yules to hold him back, cancel the TP. They'll take the kill on Matumberman, and maybe even more. A further homing missile straight for the head of KuroKy. KuroKy trying to get himself out of there. Looks like they are going to just leave the bounty hunter be as the rest of them return into the pit. And will continue to take down Roche. Miracle's going to be back in 2 seconds though. Could certainly look at coming over for a fight, and indeed he does. TPing over to the shrine, instant blink forward, no holding back from Miracle. Drops the tornado straight away. Saxa looking for him with the epicenter blink forward, but can't quite close the gap. At the least, forcing the Invoker away. To buy more space for Odd, but there he comes! Miracle with a 4-man deafening blast, Meteor down into the pit! They're trying to finish off Roche, but GH is in there! They will get the snatch, they'll get the Roche and kill equip, but it will be the side of Planet On, picking up the edges on Rezo. They've taken down 2. Mind Control trying to team himself out with the BKB, but the Magic Community runs out. He gets Yules up, they hold him back, they take down Mind Control. As Liquid, they've lost 4. Miracle quick with the blink out, trying to get himself out of this one. Jump on Moon! Has the battery assault, gets the connection. Miracle held back again with these deafening blasts. It's not enough to keep him alive with a magical burst from Weeha, who picks up the triple. Planet Odd. My goodness.
What a series of events for them. That was sick by Moon. He hooks the neutral creeps to get closer, 4 steps up the hill and gets just in range to get that battery assault hit on Miracle to cancel the TP. Every small little thing having a heavy impact so far. Such a succession of events from Miracle diving that tier 2 to dying again now. So about the last 3 or 4 minutes, it's been Planet Odd just really bringing
Dire's
it back
middle
to
tower
themselves.
is under attack.
Can they push the high ground? That's the question. We saw how long it took them to take down Roshan. They still don't have an insane amount of siege. Gyro, their best bet as Resolution starts to finish stacking up, has the completed MKB. Weeha, the one powering into the tier 3 at the moment. They'll get the mana leak onto Matumberman. Tier 3 down. Miracle not wanting to expend that buyback. Does have it as his availability, but he's keeping it off for the time being. They'll almost certainly lose the mid melee racks. How much more can Liquid afford to let go off the back of this push? Odd, down to bottom, there's the buyback. He'll let 1 Rax go, Miracle, but he won't let a second one go for now. Has to buy back to hold. There's the initiation. Blinks forward with the tornado, EMP as well, the connection onto Rezo. They will let the vibe strike sent back in. Moon comes in with the sideline, immediately hangs up Jason with the jump, and then Saxa with the counterplay. Forest strike onto 2. Matumberman pulls the BKB, tries to look for Misery, but Misery moving out of it with the Ghost Scepter. Matumba can't quite get the kill. Moon will buy back, trying to get himself back into the fray. The cold snap, Sunstrike will pop the Aegis on Resolution. The Planet Odd still ready to stick around. Then there's no buyback on these 2 as Liquid with no Shaker, no Bounty Hunter for a good minute. Jump forward looking for Miracle, but he's shoved down at range of the chakra. Planet Odd, they'll look back towards the objective, back towards the racks. Mind Control falling low. Can he get himself? But no, he can't. The BKB runs out just as the chakra connects. That'll be the nation's profit down for 2. Matumberman in dire straits as well as he tried to get back to the base, but Weeha's there with the chakra, cuts down another. And with 4 down, no way that Liquid can hold on to this second set of frags, and maybe the game itself in jeopardy for them. Miracle, he's got to carry his team on his back, but he's out of mana. They hit the stun, they have control, he's tried to shrine up, but the heal's not strong enough. GG is called, and Planet Odd take game 1 here in this best of 5 grand finals.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wow,
Radiant
that's game 1.
It's game 1.
That's just game 1.
That's game 1, gentlemen.
Holy control coming up from the Shadow Shaman as well. Could be cool. I just hope we get the same similar situations last game as the fighting. But
We certainly could get the plays. I mean, we've got a lot of great heroes that are going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Weeha's Park, he's going to be jumping around. Obviously, he's not got the tank ability of the Timbersaw, but he's obviously got an incredible amount of evasiveness.
I'm excited for not only the other Titan, for sure. That one's going to be really cool. Could really dominate, or it could be hit or miss. We'll say which one it is. But mostly for me is the Saxa Winter Wyvern.
Yeah.
It's one of his signature heroes. The hero's gotten buffed multiple times in the last few patches. Let's see what he can accomplish with it. I'm going to pick him the majority of this game because I've been thinking that this hero got buffed a lot recently and people are not really touching it still. So I want to see what one of the best players, what he can actually accomplish with it in this type of game.
Already out with the first smoke. Mind Control heads over, gets the deep ward. be able to get himself just out of range by the looks of it before Moon comes in and dispels the smoke. Ah, okay, was already, yeah, they did have the ward there, but I guess, yeah, he was smoked him beforehand, so they didn't quite spot him. So both teams should be able to continue to maintain ward control of those two areas to start the game off. Mid lane, Planet Odd already dropping one down as well, and we'll be down on the bottom, the Liquid Op, to get a nice and deep one towards the small pool. We'll see what kind of lanes we have coming out from the sides, if we're going to see any sort of aggressive plays. I mean, at the moment, obviously sending Mind Control down to the bottom lane on that Elder Titan.
30 seconds.
Do you imagine he will be left alone, or will we see some sort of a dual lane come out from the side of Liquid early on?
I think Liquid's going to most likely start the tri-lane top and then make moves away. Once Veno gets like 1 or 2 levels, he can do pretty decent versus the Batrider if the Batrider doesn't get help. Then I think they're going to be... I think Kuro will probably stay static in this top lane, pulling it, getting his levels, and sees the Shadow Shaman, when we'll see GH just running around between all the lanes. I think it's going to be him making moves wherever he deems necessary, maybe to bottom, maybe to mid. But definitely starting in that tri-lane top to make sure that Moon Meander can't get a good start as Batrider.
Meant to have this.
Of course, then there's mid lane matchup. Weehaw, the Puck, up against Miracle's OD. I mean, how do we expect this one to go down? Are we going to see... is there one of these heroes that require backup constantly there? I mean, we're starting off with some extra bit of a presence in the mid lane for Weehaw, and also Slardar in the neighborhood for Miracle.
It's a pretty even matchup. There's no mid ward. Weehaw has a bit of more of a base damage thing, but that's where it comes in. The OD can use Astral to not only last hit, but also to deny last hits from the Puck to maybe slightly Puck favor. Very, very slight. Because he actually does have a mid ward. Apologies. It was hidden inside of the flag.
It's actually just going in for the one turn for some early harassment. Top lane, Kuroki moves in with Shackles. Him and Matumba to bring Moon down fairly low, but Moon will survive.
So they're just doing the dual lane at the top to start, and he is emphasizing on making sure that Mind Control can actually get stuff bottom, GH starting bottom, and also wanting to pressure the AM a bit. And when he does do that dual lane bottom, he forces the support to move down there as well. So it doesn't allow Misery as much freedom on the map to run around.
Rather hard in terms of kill potential here, but odd considering the 2 stuns as such, as you get from Liquid. You know, Mind Control and the Elder Titan, very good with the stomp once he hits that level 2 to offer that disengage potential. Considering the Odd have, well, Shaker and Antimace, these 2 melee heroes that very much need to be on the front lines to get the damage through.
I hope we get to see Mind Control do the... I mean, I think it was the Monet build. It was from LFY. He was going for the... No, it wasn't Monet. It was... I can't recall exactly which one it was, but he went for the Treads double bracer into the Atos build. And it was versus an anti-mage, and he was just beating the crap from him. I believe that one was an epicenter. It was very impressive. Mind Control actually gets Fissure blocked right now. Misery and Toxic are going to work on him.
They are going to have GH coming across, and that is going to cause Odd to split up a little bit. Look to try and continue to harass down Mind Control, but now Misery has to be a bit careful himself. GH closes that gap. Jacob could be in trouble. Looks like GH does have not quite enough speed to catch up. Shaker to back off.
Weeha's owning this mid lane right now. 12 to 4 to 6 and 2. That mid ward being able to get that extra harassment, and the auto attack to get the last hit on the range creep. Really working well for Wee right now.
A soldier's fortune.
Brilliant starting deep for him at the moment. On the top,
He's playing the lane so well.
Yeah, we're seeing Moon back away, just looking to clean up the side camps towards that jungle for the side of Planet Odd. Just respecting the potential that this horrible, very horrible lane of a Veno Shadow Shaman can offer. He has to be careful if he goes back into it.
GH parked around mid lane, and hoping Wee uses another... Wee's been using the orbs very liberally, just non-stopping them to farm. So they can actually set up on him a bit and put some pressure. Here we go, comes in.
Yeah, they're going to catch it without the orb. Weehaw could be in a lot of trouble here. Pop the silence out, trying to play away from GH. Look to try and juke out the stone with the phase shift. He's not going to make it.
Orb in one.
Oh, with that Fissure. Okay, that saved him. That certainly saved him. Their Misery coming in just in time with a Fissure to make sure Weehaw could get up. Very nicely done.
At least GH comes in though and helps Miracle a bit in that mid lane. Miracle's CS is starting to fall a little bit behind. How's Moon doing? Moon's doing pretty well, level 3. Is he even stacking it all as well for himself? He has not been. Just started clearing his standard camp. He usually resorts to the jungle a bit, especially since he's versus a Venomancer. Veno is pretty hard to play against as a Batrider. Not only in the late phase, but also later on, once those Veno wards are just non-stop canceling your blink.
GH wrapping around here towards Saxa. Getting a bit of harass. Misery is there though, so Liquid have to be careful how aggressive they do get. Fisher block could allow them the potential to turn around. It looks like at the moment, yeah, Mind Control's presence hasn't really done much in terms of slowing down Resolution's farm. Still pretty much perfect CS on the anti-mage. Same certainly can be said, of course, for Matumba Man, as you mentioned, with the space that he's been getting, because Moon has been leaving the lane. And yeah, the mid lane starting to equal up again in CS, so all in all, things fairly even around the map. GH very low at the moment. Mind Control does come across, looking for a bit of action onto Saxa. Misery's there with potential backup though, Saxa requires it.
Saxa's got no boots. Mind Control has boots, chasing him down. He's got Stick and a Spirit soon.
They do have the Fisher though. They're looking to try and bait Mind Control in as deep as they can. He'll throw out the Spirit, but there's the backup. Resolution turning up for the fight. They want to try and get some kills out of this. Mind Control trying to finish off Saxa, but Misery's in with the Fisher blocks, trying to set this up for Rezo, and indeed Mind Control's going to get taken down. They may even get another here. The Enchant Totem comes in onto GH. Jump forward from Rezo. Couple of hits will do it. Can he quite close this? He's going to have Blink again in 6 seconds. Could certainly try and go for it. There's not enough mana for a stun. Looks like he's just going to look to focus on the farm, not get drawn away from it. But nonetheless, it is Planet Odd getting a kill, getting Rezo involved. Liquid being punished there for... I mean, they did dive fairly deep there, the two of them.
Radiant's top tower
Getting the first blood's really nice, and it's at 5 minutes too, so those two supports who were low are just like, oh cool, you just go to the shrine, and now we can continue our rotations. And this is where Rezo's feeling pretty powerful, since they weren't able to really pressure his farm, as you were mentioning before. He's going to be left alone for a moment. How's Kuroki's level? Doing level 3, chain pulling, 9 CS as a support roster, just doing what you need to do. You need to get your levels up on this hero so you can get that early level 6. Cool, they have the Veno in the roster too, so they have the double war kind of thing to be able to siege and to push out lanes.
Yeah, very good push in that matter. Well, in the river, Saxa.
GH in trouble.
Yeah, it does get jumped on, but it's going to be immediate turnaround potential from Odd. Bringing GH down low, Miracle comes across, will be able to pick up a haste rune.
How convenient.
Could play around with this a little bit. Looks like at the moment he's just going to hold on to it. Odd, realizing they can't commit to do anything about that with that rune in the bot. As Liquid able to keep GH alive. Top lane, maybe a bit of a dive coming through here. GH coming in deep, looking for the crush onto Saxa. Saxa's got friends, and he's got a lot of them. Moon, Weeha, and Misery there, looking to lock down for more. Kuroki being chased down as the Napalm starts to stack up. And Kuroki indeed looks to come in a little bit too deep. The Timberman tries to turn with the Gale, but the Dream Core's dropped down. Misery takes the poison over to the face, but still gets the spells out. And oh, a neat little deny there from Weeha means the Liquid don't even get a single kill out of this.
Oh my
and
God.
Weeha gets the double. Turning up for the grand finals here, Weeha.
Weeha is playing incredibly well. He's doing super well in the laning phases, rotations with Chris, and then getting that denied. Just, man, after that last game, very impressive.
0. This was 7 minutes into the game.
Heavy committed rotations coming out from Planet Odd. How are the levels coming out? So level 3s on the 2 supports for Planet Odd, and 4 and 3
Radiant's
on
middle
Liquid.
tower is
Shadow
under
Shaman being
attack.
4.
They
Choose
really want to
chain
do
pull.
something bottom. They brought Kuro in along with GH. They're looking for some sort of lockdown onto Rezo. Rezo quick with the blink into the tree line. Misery going forward. He'll almost certainly be the one to pay for this though. As Kuro lands down the shackle, holds the shaker in place, and they will get him. Odd, they're looking for the reactive play though. Moon moving in with the Firefly, will be held back there by the Stomp from Mind Control. TP in from Miracle, pops the haste rune. He's ready to play. Has the Astral set up onto 1. Rezo hanging around, see if he can get back and involved in on this. They are falling low. He drops the mana. Kuroki was missing pretty much no mana at all, so no damage is done. Kuro's going to be fine. Moon's in a lot of trouble here, hiding in the tree line, tries to knock them back with the Flame Break, with the Firefly already used. Miracle does have a lot of stacks on him, and he's going to take quite a bit of damage in return. There's the Astral. That should be enough to pop him. Miracle playing on the edge of his life there as those stacks built up, but it does pay off for Liquid. They punish Moon's dive. Odd unable to find any kills on that bottom lane. Mid lane though could be something. GH indeed caught out. Tries to throw down the crush, but the nuke from the illusory orb is too much. Weeha picks up another kill and continues to proceed down this mid lane, hammering into this tier 1.
Good, we're having each team run at each other. This is what we wanted. Miracle with that haste tune bottom, very successful for his rotation. This is another good thing that's when you pick the OD, not only did they pick it versus the Wyvern to have the pure damage versus the Cold Embrace and everything, but it's also the Essence Aura versus Anti-Mage. If you're around your OD and you're team fighting, and AM tries to come in and maybe go for a mana void like that, if you throw constant spells, you're bound to be able to get your mana back at one point from that restoration.
Regeneration.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
4 cores at the moment. 2 mids and the 2 safe laners getting the farm that they want. Bihar at the top, Miracle at the bottom, but it's very, very close.
Super evenly met.
No one massively falling behind. Top lane though, Matuma's going to be looked towards. Moon moving in with the Firefly. Misery's there with the wraparound as well on the Shaker. Matuma man, I don't know if there's any sort of escape from here. Will drop out the Poison Over, connecting onto 3, but they've got the lockdown. Take down the Venom. Misery immediately with the TP out. It looks like they should get all of them out of there. As Planet Odd get themselves back to base. No kill will be found in return. Yeah, just putting Weehar back there with the crush. Again, it's these movements that are being made by Planet Odd that just seem to be a step ahead of Liquid so far in these laning stages.
Yeah, Odd's just a small margin ahead, being able to gank that safe laner twice successfully. Not having a defensive ward anymore, so they were able to go for that type of kill. It actually was dewarded. They had one placed for the Venomancer earlier, but yeah, it was taken out quite a few minutes ago. So Matu is getting a bit susceptible to that, and that's when you usually see the move happen, where your safe lane keeps getting invaded as like a Venomancer, make your way toward bottom, take that tower, and that's what we see Matu and Totalman start doing now. As soon as Razo sees it, gets the hell out of there, goes top, that kind of mirror movement that we see happen very often.
Kuro very close to having that level 6 on the Shaman as well. So they will have that extra sieging potential if they wish to commit.
Yeah, he's trying to farm up some of that big camp.
Saxa's got to be careful about revealing himself here. He's hiding himself in the tree line, but GH is coming a-hunting. He's have a DD rune as well on the Slardar. Saxa, the flying movement, gets himself nice and deep away from Liquid. Continues to hype, and in fact with the ward drop there from Matumba, they'll hunt down the Wyvern in the tree line, and Saxa...
Oh, but the tree, they can't
get in! Oh, they can't quite get themselves in close enough to cancel the TP, and Saxa, he'll keep his life intact.
Nice. Buys a little bit of time on that tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Off in the drums, allows him to close the gap, get the lasso, drags back Miracle. They make it a second out of this as well. They drop down the coil onto GH. GH, he's trapped up, tries to escape, but the snap's going to be there. And Planet Odd get a double. The drums from Moon. That straight up pick up paying off there, allowing him to quickly close that gap, and no chance for Liquid to react in time.
Something we didn't touch on during like the whole draft and everything. The Bat Rider matchup versus the OD. Bat was grabbed very early, but OD was grabbed later. But that turn rate, OD suffers from having one of the worst turn rates versus Sticky Napalm, and he is definitely suffering versus it heavily. Good rotations coming out from Planet Odd. Razo still parked up in that top lane, trying to avoid that Venomancer. Matu almost with Veil finished up.
Yeah, very close, but definitely, well, we see both him and Weehar, the ones at the top.
Mind control top again. The rotation from Planet Odd. Moon and Misery.
He's going to find it. Misery nearly gets the courier. Doesn't quite have the damage for it. They'll settle for the kill at least. They'll continue to chase down Mind Control. No sort of backup coming in from Liquid as they realize this Elder Titan is as good as gone. As Mind Control will fall. He's out onto GH. So they're aware that he is in the neighborhood. Kuro's there as well with the smoke. Gets a deep ward down.
Looking to claim that next tier 1. But it's going for a trade. Planet Odd is able to pressure that top tower. They're going to be able to get it. Kroki about 25 more seconds on those wards. That's probably when we'll see them go for another tower push. Other than that, they don't really have the greatest siege. Sure, they have Veno wards, but yeah, it's the majority of the Shadow Shaman since OD does not hit buildings.
It'll be interesting to see if we've seen them go for any sort of early Roche attempts. I mean, the wards with the corrosive haze from Slardar, it's certainly an option. I guess it's a hard team to fight into the pit though without getting a pick off. You've got to be aware of the Echo Slams, Winter's Curse. There's a pretty phenomenal team fight on the side of Planet Odd.
If they can get pick up though, that could definitely be one of the options. Saxa gets stomped up bottom.
There will be TPs coming in. They've got the Shackle. Can they kill Saxa in time? No, with the Fisher coming out and now the Winter's Curse. Saxa, he's going to survive the time. Bounce around with the nuke and he brings Liquid down low. Kuro, pops the stick charges, starts to back off. Saxa will be able to TP back to safety. So Liquid don't get the kill. They do keep themselves alive. But again, nice reaction from Misery, getting involved and keeping his team safe. Miracle, though, turns up to the fight, has another haste rune in the bowl and pops it. Ready to start a poke and prod around with the puck. Goes in with the Astral, bringing him down low, but now the turnaround. Silence is there along with the Dream Car, holding Miracle in place. Phase shift from Weehar, trying to duke out the stomp, but he still connects. And with the Sanity's Eclipse, Weehar, he's going to be as good as gone. Miracle gets the kill, starting to rack up the stolen intelligence.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Beautiful fight by Miracle there with that haste rune, zoning them off the tower so they can get it down to GH top. Again, getting picked off. GH is having a rough one.
Instantly realizing with Liquid's presence down bottom, they can go for that sort of play, Planet Odd. But Liquid, they are going to get more out of sitting down on this bottom. They get
Radiant's
the tier
bottom
2 with the
tower
Serpent
has
Ward's commitment.
That was a
Dire's
nice,
top
nice
tower
like
is under
sequence
attack.
of events though, because Kuroki almost died bottom to that Winter's Curse, ends up surviving barely, and then with Miracle's rotation with that haster, they're actually able to have all that happen. So all those small things adding up for them for sure. How's my control been? He's just Tranquil Boot Soul Ring. Anything else coming out quite yet? No, not just yet.
I'll tell you one thing I feel like we're seeing as well. I've not really seen this too much, so we don't see a lot of Elder Titan. The actual stomp animation is quite different, isn't it? You know normally how you see this, they've got these kind of things around it.
What is that green and blue? That's the, that must be the set, right?
It's the set. I mean,
Yeah,
it looks quite confusing. I wonder if some of the players are kind of caught out by the timing. I guess you still have the spirit in the middle revving back up,
Yeah.
but if you only see the side of it,
Those
it's like,
look-
what's going on?
Yo, I didn't even notice that
Yeah.
somehow. Look, that actually looks awesome.
I mean, it looks pretty damn awesome.
That looks brilliant. That's one of the coolest ones actually I've seen yet. I didn't even notice. I was just focusing on the normal episode. It's a good call. From lane Saxa, Matu throws the Gale, instant TP out. Nice aggressive wards came out from Planned On. You know, mentioned the one that Kuroki placed in mid. Got one also bottom too. They see those rotations that do come in whenever they want to go for that next siege on that mid lane when they have the Roster wards available. But they also do have the corrosive hit, so there is a possibility that they may want to fight. I don't think they do though because Miracle went for Midas. But they do have the chance where they can go for a fight and then they can go for the rush. And that's probably their best bet. I don't think they want to just stroll themselves in there versus a Bat Rider and versus their Shaker. Moon also just completes the Blink Dagger, so they just got a good timing window here. And I believe Weehaw also finished his just beforehand too.
Back focusing towards the mid lane, but some man with a bit of a wraparound here. As he's looking to cut him from the side, starting to drop the wards down by the tier 1. He's relatively deep though. We'll throw the Gale down onto Saxa. The rest of Liquid move in, but a quick Winter's Curse from the Wyvern holds back the side. Jump forward from Weehaw, hits the two-man silence and the Dream Coil. Nuking GH now fairly low. Misery looking for the walking Echo Slam, and it will get onto 2. GH is down. Up on the high ground, Miracle finding Weehaw. Weehaw's mana falling low as the intelligence starts to get stolen, but there's the jump just in time from Moon. Has the lasso, holds back Miracle. Weehaw, face shift jukes out the Gale. Can he get himself out? He can't. The kill will still be successful as Matuma Man ends up ticking him down.
Oh, the force staff just got delivered.
And Moon, he does end up getting Matuma. Is he going to tick down to this? It looks like he should. All the poison in the world on him, and he will drop. So Matuma Man loses his life, but does claim the double.
Oh, gets a nice gold too for killing Moon for that Mega Streak. 605. That was, yeah, very good timing though for Miracle to get that force staff. And they didn't have to commit Shadow Shaman wards or anything for that, so they still have those for the next tower siege top lane. Rezo puts pressure on GH. Battle Fury is finished up on the way toward the Yasha, so his timing is quite nice.
Yeah, very good indeed. Bottom lane. Saxa again. Very good at avoiding death this Wyvern. As you said, coming into this, one of his classic heroes, and he's very good at playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Moving into the trees, knowing where his opponents aren't going to spot him out.
Him and Seneko are the two really standout Wyverns for me that I've seen in the past.
As we're seeing, not afraid as well to just drop the Winter's Curse when he sees a chance to save himself and set up for his team to have the time to TP over and get themselves involved.
A lot about the setup, yeah, for sure. In this game in particular. It might have been when and during the draft, they probably wanted because they saw the Slaughter, so they were like, okay, we have that to kind of turn if there's anyone. They do think they're going to be building physical because
Dire's
they both
middle
picked the
tower
Slaughter, but
is under attack.
yeah, later on it's good for the setup for the Air Shaker and for the Puck to get those spells off. A nice defensive ward coming out from Liquid. They put it in their jungle so they can watch whenever Resolution is going to farm in there. That's pretty much the only times you want to have the wards. You want to be placing wards on the enemy side of the map unless you're playing for something like an anti-mage who just jumps into your jungle and farms it really fast. Keep eyes on him.
Radiant's top tower
Moon
is
set up
under
for top.
attack.
And no backup at the moment. It's just Moon on his own.
Dire's middle tower is under
So
attack.
unlikely to jump in as of yet. Does have Saxa back in the neighborhood. Winter's Curse available once again. Now Moon, a little more comfortable in trying to get himself in. Jumps forward, grabs Matuma Man. Have they got the follower? Doesn't look like they have straight up. Weehaw coming forward as well. The tower will be taken down. They'll drop the Dream Coil, looking to try and bring Matuma down. A fair few stacks upon him as there's the jump back in from Moon. Secures the kill. Matuma will get the poison over off, so Moon having to back off out of this one. Spirit will chase him down. Moon should be fine here.
But Weehaw did get the deny, so very well played. Base made for Resolution. Continuing that
Dire's
farm up.
bottom tower is under attack.
Shadow Shaman Ward is still available for Kuroki when he decides he wants to spend them. Or when he gets an opportunity to actually use them.
It really feels like we're waiting for the Blink Daggers on Liquid. What are we seeing in terms of the state of the Slardar's Blink?
About 1,000 away.
Still a bit of time for GH to get us.
Been struggling a bit.
They need that catch. They need some way that they can get in and quickly get a kill. As we're seeing each and every time they're coming forward, and there's always the chance for Saxa to turn or Weeha to drop down big AoE teamfight ults and make it very hard for Ult to continue to chase.
That is what they have, though. Planet has these very heavy teamfight ultimates to be able to protect and fight S4 and then let the AM do their own thing. That's pretty much what's been happening the entire time. And Mind Control's been quietly farming in the back, almost finishing up the Yield Scepter to have that extra kind of setup. Pretty lovely. But he's not really like this big frontliner. So that's what the one thing that they are kind of lacking in this game. It's just the Venomancer who can act as that. And Matu's died 4 times because that's the role that he has to play. He has to play super up front because they don't have another hero to do so.
Planning on. 3 up towards the top. Rezo being backed up by Moon and Saxa hanging around in the sidelines.
We were mentioning GH's Blink Dagger about 600 away, but we take a look at Misery and he's 300 gold until he's got it. So that's going to be very good for them to have another form of initiation. Now they're going to have like 3 different ways to initiate and a 4th counter initiation with the Wyvern.
Both, yeah, Misery and GH, the playmakers that each team's relying on. Moon finding a potential freebie, starts to drag back the Shaman. On the back lines, though, Saxa will be caught out by a Poison Over and a Crush from GH. They'll lose the Wyvern, they'll keep the Shaman's life alive.
Good defensive force staff by Miracle, pushing down Kuroki.
But there is that pickup. Blink Dagger complete for Misery. We'll see if he can do anything big with the reveal. Towards the middle lane, a little low on the mana front at the moment.
Oh, Weeha gets hit by an illusion.
They can do to recover it. The Spirit upon him.
Middle tower
We'll still phase shift, looking for the timing with the stomp. Won't quite get it. We are having to jump away with the orb. Moon thinking about reinitiating. Jumps forward, but then instantly there's the Hex from Kuro. Dropping the wards as well. Vicious there to cancel the shackle. Nicely done from Misery, but there's the Splitter and the Sanities clipping the Batrider. They'll find the Moon kill. Can they get anything more out of this one? Odd still have a fair few big team fight ults to throw back in on them if they see the chance. We are ticking down low though, has to back up and regen. Liquid getting the space around this tier 1. With the ward still out, should be able to take this.
You gotta stall. They don't want to fight this, they just need to stall. Keep stalling and stalling for Rezo. Rezo's sitting at 13,000 net worth, man, finished up with the Battle Fury and level 18. Getting ready to be able to fight soon. He's got like the Bastion finished up if that's the option that Rezo would like to go for. Then he can actually start being involved. Still, it's been majority of the time 4 versus 5 coming out from Planet On. They've been doing a pretty damn good job of keep their lead up.
GH pretty much with the blink complete now. 100 gold and he'll have it.
Now they'll actually have a real way to initiate and start the fights rather than Kuroki walking up and hoping to get a shackle or like a stomp, a lucky stomp for Mind Control. This will be really good for them to actually have. Slardar with Blink Dagger will be able to set up for Mind Control to get some very good Earth Splitters.
Yeah, a lot of good setup and save now. The Yule's complete on the Elder Titan. Hurricane Pike done on Miracle's OD. There's the jumping. Kuro comes in with the TP and straight away, just absolutely rip apart this Shaman. Coming in, taking the kill, getting a bit of damage down onto the tier 2. See what Liquid can do to hold. There's the first stomp from Mind Control. Slowing down the wave. We are still on the sidelines. Could jump in. There is a BKB complete on Matuma, so makes him quite a tricky target to go for. And indeed, Odd not looking to commit behind the tier 2 for now. Will be spotted out there with the spirit movement from Mind Control. As Weeha's in the tree line, forces
bottom tower is under attack.
Resolution back there with the threat of the stomp.
Both teams have good ways to defend their towers and that. The Puck Orb, the Firefly, the Wyvern Nuke, and then on the Liquid side it's the Elder Titan Spirit with the Veno wards. Very obnoxious to push into.
Interesting from Rezo as well. The Battle Fury Manta and straight up next item being the Assault Cuirass.
Okay. Deal with the Elder Titan Aura. You don't have to worry about it being cut down to 0.
Is under attack.
Good way to deal with it. It is only the magic one that the magic amplification is from the spirit. So that's usually if the Elder Titan is standing on top of you to apply that minus physical.
Also nice, I guess, against the Corrosive Haze from the Slardar.
Yeah.
making sure that if he does get caught out by the blink on GH, he still has a bit of a chance to survive through that physical
Dire's
damage.
bottom
Helps him a
tower
lot
is
also
under
for like the
attack.
split push and the sieging, because they are, you know, they don't really have the greatest siege up. He's been playing as like this full-out split push, so that'll help him actually pressure towers and even objectives like Roche. But speaking of Roche, it's Liquid. They've got the roster ward, they've got the slaughter ulti, they're committing for it heavily.
We are seeing Planet Odd start to make their way towards the pit though. They've
There's
got the
smoke.
big ultimates. Liquid have to be careful. Roshan down to half health. Planet Odd more than happy to fight
Radiant's
around
middle
here.
tower is under
The
attack.
wards continue to bring it down. Who's going to make the first jump though? That's the question. Roshan down to less than half. We have the immediate jump in. Nukes put to a man down low. There'll be the stomp on the high ground, holding back the Bat Rider. Now Liquid is ready to chase forward. Miracle gets the first Astral out, holding Saxa in position. Has the Glimmer Cape. No detection, of course, on the OD, so Saxa will be fine. GH trying to jump up to catch up. We are, but quick fingers with the phase shift.
Rezo just continues pushing top during all of this, takes a tier 2, now continuing on to the tier 3.
Space created indeed
Liquid.
here for this anti-mage. Liquid have to do something about this pressure, and already they're having to back away from Roshan. They're unable to complete it. And Planet Odd, again, they just have that extra potential in what they can get done across the map. They can fight us forward, they can have Resolution out doing whatever he wants to, and it's very hard for Liquid to deal with.
Yeah, hard ways to actually
Dire's
catch
top
the
tower
anti-mage,
is
unless they
under
really,
attack.
the majority of their lineup to do it. They need the Shadow Shaman and the Slaughter, or the other time. They need some combination of the two disablers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nonetheless though, Planet Odd themselves, even though they can force Liquid away from the pit, unlikely to decide to themselves then go back in and finish off Roche.
Both teams very hesitant.
Yeah.
Liquid, they got Eyes of Resolution
Big
with that
kill.
ward. They're
This
looking
smoke
to
could be
go.
perfect if they get a chance to hit, but oh, not quite. GH tries to come in with a blink. Rezo, very quick with his own blink out, and he'll be able to create more than enough space to keep himself back in safety.
Kuroki just a split second from getting that Hex off. Same thing with GH with the Crush. That would have definitely been a dead Resolution, but Rezo with those quick reactions. Split push continues from both Weehaw and Rezo. Earthshaker and Wide Victor Wyvern also just fissure the lane, throw the Splinter Blast, Wave is dead. Very quick ways to shove lanes in for Resolution to continue his split push.
Rezo, just about 300 gold, and the Assault Crash will be complete. Continue to farm at a very, very commendable rate. 16,000 net worth, 26 minutes in. And bottom lane, GH actually getting the initial crush here onto Weehaw. Does have the orb and the phase shift to get himself away, and with the blink, pretty much impossible for them to chase down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, going to be the jump in from Moon, gets the catch onto Kuroki. Shaman out. With one down, they're thinking about going into Roche.
That was Echo committed for that one, but it's the kill's a kill. 20 seconds, no Shadow Shaman, the big disable.
And if they get the Roshan, absolutely worth. Liquid though, they look like they do want to try and
The
stop
Splitter's
this.
coming in.
That's a big stomp and splitter as well. It's going to clip both of them. No, Misery actually, no, he got the blink out in time.
They both get the blink out.
Ooh.
Too.
Very close to finding the connection. The timing wasn't quite there for Mind Control.
But they do stop the Roche again.
I'll see if they can catch out Weehaw. He's going with the next level plays. Orbs forward and blinks back. Very sweet. They were waiting for him. They were waiting for Weehaw post-orb, but he out-mind games them there.
Lincoln's going to be the next choice for Miracle to avoid that last line curse. Be pretty needed in this game. Bit of the pace slowed down, just been some constant spells being thrown at each other near the Roche pit. Both teams just very aware of that area. Matama Man actually doubles back for Shadow Blade to go for that split up as well. Out again in the midst of the fray maybe too, because they don't really think that they've been carrying too much of it. I think it's only been Saksa carrying like one sentry.
And as we're seeing, Resolution just building in a way that's going to keep him a lot of survivability in these fights. AC straight into the BKB next on the anti-mage.
Oh wow, okay, so he's looking like he wants to get involved in these engagements now. He doesn't want to just full commit to split push anymore. That's a fighting build right there. Could also work for split pushing though, because they only have like one way to actually stop the TP on the BKB. I guess actually two. The bash from the Slaughter and the Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan.
Picking again around the Roche pit. Moon is actually going to jump in on this. There's a lot of backup though for GH on the Slardar as Liquid will surround Moon, looking to punish him for this one. The Fissure comes out, but there's the Winter's Curse. Can they keep Moon alive with the Cold Embrace? They're giving him a bit of a chance. Water drop down, Moon will finally fall. So they get the back kill. No Bat Rider for 45 seconds.
Stuck.
Yeah, he's trapped out. Weear's going to get the chance to jump in and nuke him down. That's going to be Mind Control gone. Liquid now down to 4 versus 4.
And Rezo continuing that split push top.
Still, the control around the pit's what's important. But Timmerman pops the BKB, trying to move forward, looking for Saxa. But Saxa's already across the tree line. Will be the one left behind and taken down as Liquid get themselves a second, but the base is in trouble. Resolution gets the tier 3, and it looks like they were trying to TP back, but I think that was a Yule's cancel there, so the TP won't be there. GH has to make the long walk back. Will throw down it, but oh! The Manta-style juke! Resolution dodges the crush, and off the back of that, he'll clean up the melee racks, jump into the sideline, and TP back to safety. Liquid can't catch him, and Rezo gets the job done.
And their glyph was 1 second from being up to try to defend that Rax. It literally just came up as it died. Great opportunity seized there by Planet Odd.
Yeah, sweet little plays from Rezo, great plays from the team around in terms of cancelling TPs.
Mind Control getting stuck, just every little thing adding up there for Rezo to get that split push. That's a big lead going there for them. They're going to have a lot of momentum swinging toward that top lane constantly, which gives up, it's going to not only force the top lane, but then allows Resolution now to play on the bottom side while leaving the Roche exposed. Rezo is doing an excellent job this game of putting that side lane pressure. 2-0 on 3, 400 CS on this end. Team, I mean, it's him doing the split push, but it's his team making the space for him. They've been doing
absolutely.
The way that they've been fighting with only 4 heroes is very damn impressive. Looks like Matumba in the mid lane might be the culprit. Misery set up.
Yeah, we are actually going for the TP out, trying to help out mid, but the cancel will be there from Miracle. Tumba does get off the poison over. In fact, with the Shadow Blade, he's going to get himself back out to the safety by the looks of it. He can back off. He'll survive for the time being. Kuroki and Miracle continuing to try and play around with Weeha, who'll drop the Dream Coil. Only gets the connection onto the Shaman. And now, with the self-fuels, continuing trying to play out of it, but quick with the Hex. He has the catch, but it doesn't matter. Saxa's there with the Glimmer Cape and the Winter's Curse. Holds back the Shaman. Miracle turning against his own captain as Kura gets beaten down by the OD. Misery jumps forward, cancels the TP there on Mind Control's Elder Titan to secure a second for Planet Odd. And Planet Odd getting the 2 kills. Again, playing perfectly as a team, saving one another and turning it around for some violence that they love. Getting the action, opening up the space to finally themselves go into the Roche pit. And they'll get this with no trouble at all from Liquid.
20,000 net worth anti-mage with an Aegis. That is very troublesome for Liquid. The gold lead now almost hitting 10k mark. And Mind Control has pretty much like stagnated. He's kind of like a glorified support in a way now as this Elder Titan. Unable to really be like a tanky frontline or anything because he went for like the Yules and now he went for the medallion build. You know what he wanted to be doing in this game, but they've just been able to catch him out over and over again with their blanket initiation and just so many different ways of having that team fight with Planet Odd.
Ready to go down mid now, Planet Odd. With that Aegis in their hands. Take the tier 2,
has fallen.
but do have the full 5-man back up. And we see no intention to go aggressive into that anti-mage and his Aegis. Have to respect Resolution. Level 23.
Gonna have Basher soon too, right after that Aegis expires.
Dire's bottom tower is
Maybe
under
something
attack.
else. Now Saxa has the Blink Dagger finished up on
Dire's
top of
bottom tower
the Glimmer,
has
so
fallen.
he's got his own way of initiating too. So now Planet Odd actually has like so many different ways to start or like counter-initiate the fight. It's absurd.
Mass smoke up. Moon, he wants to dive onto the high ground, try and get a grab. See if he goes in for it. Smoked up and poised to jump. There's the stomp coming out from Mind Control as he looks to clear out this wave that's pushing in on the bottom. Resolution comes into show. There's the Fissure clipping onto Miracle, just spamming the wave back in, forcing the pressure up to the high ground. And they'll back off Planet Odd, turn towards the easier objectives, take down the shrines, and look to maintain this map control and keep Liquid just standing on the high ground and feeling very scared about coming out of their base.
Yeah, now they're going to start keeping them sophisticated with this Aegis, and that's where Planet Odd's going to surge pretty far ahead, and not only the net worth, but also take a look at that experience. They're about 10,000 ahead on Liquid too. So those supports being level 15 on both of them, Puck 8 and Bat Rider 15. While on the side of Liquid, you see the 3 level 12s, the Elder Titan, Shadow Shaman, and the Slardar.
And what is it that Liquid are waiting for? Is there any sort of item that they're close to that could really, really set them up for a stronger team fight? Because as we're seeing at the moment, countlessly, Matuma having to pop Poison over as he dies. He's never really been able to get into that perfect position to kick things off. It's always sort of a last ditch. You know, I'm on my way out, I might as well drop my ult. They just can't find the perfect fight. In fact, Miracle, he's been caught outside of the base there. Straight up Echo Slam being dropped. Will sell Fast Drill himself. The Planet Odds around him. Can Liquid actually get him out? Ooh, good blink. Very good blink indeed, straight out of the Astral. Will keep him safe. And they will save Miracles. They force him back up to the high ground.
I don't know what specifically Liquid actually can be waiting for. I think the Hex is one of the big ones for Miracle that can help a lot, but other than that, the other heroes aren't really getting items that are going to influence the fights too much. And it's really tough because a lot of the all the initiation is up to GH.
Oh, and in fact, there's the jump in. The Winter's Curse down. Onto Kuroki again, the team turning against him. Misery with the follow-up, jumps in with the Enchant Tone, and that's going to be 2 down, make that 3. Slardar to pull, Matuma holds the BKB, tries to turn towards Resolution with the help of Miracle. They're bringing the anti-mage down low, but he will survive. Blinks up to the high ground. Manages to keep that Aegis alive for now. He is ticking over the poison, and in fact, it will be enough to pop him once. Liquid, they're 3 men down, and only being able to block the Resolution anti-mage Aegis to show for it. And Odd are ready to go back in on the high ground for the siege. Moon jumps in, he's caught out Matuma as well, dragging the Venom back. And with a mana void from Rezo, that's going to be Matuma down for 60 seconds. He does have buyback available. May need to use it. He is going to have the rest of his teammates alive now. Tier 3 starts to fall. Miracle jumps in with the Astral. They need something big here. They do have the rest of the ults. They don't have Poison Nova. But their presence at the least will force Planet Odd back. Not looking to throw this one away, playing it safe, knowing they have a comfortable lead.
Yeah, getting now. They also finished up that top range rack, so big chunk of gold going for everybody. Liquid's looking to just be in so much trouble from all the synergy coming out from Planet Odd's actual team lineup. Just there's so much that they can really do. They can start up with a Winter Curse and follow up with a Coil and then follow up with the Echo Slam, etc. It just seems a lot more easier to execute for them than Liquid. Liquid needs like everything to go perfect in these fights for them to actually do anything.
'Tis mine.
20,000 gold lead will do that though.
I think Matuma, Resolution as well pretty much has that Abyssal play complete.
Yep. It's actually being delivered right now. It is being delivered, the full Abyssal.
36 minutes in, 27,000 net worth. I feel like I'll be surprised if we see the anti-mage get through again in this finals. As Resolution, we know that he can do this. If they find the right game to pick it and slip it through the draft, he goes absolutely ham. Hasn't died a single time. They're just so good as a team with utilizing the Resolution anti-mage.
So good at making the space for him, yeah, and just identifying what they need to do, like what his goal in the game is. If FinaL comes bottom, you go top. You never want to fight Rezo. That is you. You don't fight until you've got your Manta, you've got your Battle Fury +1.
Miracle needs that X. He's still about 2k gold away. Matuma off the back of that buyback, still pretty far from any sort of major item. Has the Crystallis, looking for the Bloodthorn, but it's still a long way away. Liquid have got to continue to hold somehow, and already top lane, Resolution just jumps in aggressively, looks for Kuro. There will be a defensive Astral. Buying some time for the Shaman. Blinking from GH, gets the crush onto Saxa, but Saxa gets the Cold Embrace out in time. They do have the Shackle though, onto the anti-mage, but the BKB comes out. He's able to blink himself away. Winter's Curse again, holds back the side of Liquid. They do kill Saxa. Saxa's play, making sure the rest of Planet Odd can get themselves out of there. Meanwhile, down bottom, Weehaw looking for a bit of a split push pressure, bringing the melee racks down low. Liquid will push him back just in time. Misery thinking about going back in, does have the blink and the echo ready. If he sees a chance, looks like they'll disengage. With 1 man down, Odd again opting to play it safe.
They're pretty close to bringing down Rezo there. If Kuro had more levels, if he wasn't so underleveled, he would have actually been able to get him down. He had the max shackles, but being only level 13, that's the point of the game that'll happen, just because of how dominant Planet Odd has been in this one.
Yeah, Kuroki just looking for a BKB next, knowing that whatever happens, he needs to be able to hold Rezo in place.
Yeah, he is the big form of lockdown. GH isn't able to really get good crushes off in this game because of how much little poke and prod that Planet Odd has.
Miracle's coming out pretty far here. There's the jump in. They'll pop the Lincolns, find the follow-up. Lasso Miracle dragged back into the clutches of Rezo. OD down.
So close to the Hex as well. Now he's going to be forced to buy back. They don't have any way of defending without him.
They really don't. They need that OD. He is their major damage output at this stage of the game. 22,000 net worth lead for Planet Odd.
Waiting for the other side lanes to push in before they make their way onto that high ground. Here we go. Top's starting to push in, and now Rezo makes his way up.
Yeah, I'm not going to connect there from the Tumba. Rezo waltzes in, waltzes out, back in he goes. Saxa coming in from the tree line, looking to utilize the stomp from Microcontrol to hold Rezo back, but it won't connect, and Rezo cleans up the melee racks, jumps across onto GH, who just gets absolutely splattered there by the side. Two buybacks coming out from Liquid, they're trying to turn. Defensive Astral, they're keeping Kuro alive, Miracle moving forward, but Resolution with the BKB can't be held in place. He'll get himself out. And Liquid, they're slowly losing more and more. The net worth lead continues for Planet Odd as these buybacks get forced out.
Double buyback, and they claim the racks. Starting to look pretty damn impossible for Liquid to come back in this one.
One racks left to go for Planet Odd. And of course, I mean, if they do get those megas, Liquid's lineup is just not a lineup that can deal with mega creeps at all.
No, they don't have great ways of pushing lanes out whatsoever. The Feno wards can't handle that at that point. Shadow Shaman Nuke doesn't do anything. OD doesn't have great ways to push lanes out like that. And yeah, it'll definitely be impossible for them. Their wave clear is quite minimal.
Illusion.
Odd continuing to force all the lanes in. Probably going to go for that next Roche before they clean out the game, since it is spawned up. I think Rezo is pitching up another item. Oh, full Eye of Scotty, okay. It's the whole thing, you know?
40 minutes in, the farm just doesn't stop.
Great pickup, getting that stats versus OD is always very important, so you don't get chunked down by that.
What does he swap out? I mean, there's going to be an Aegis that he potentially wants to be holding as well. And he's going to put the treads in his backpack.
And the BKB, so when he respawns, he can swap both in.
Okay. And indeed, no way that Liquid can even think about coming out for this one. And absolutely free Roshan for Planet Odd. There we have it once again, Rezo with the Aegis. Pass over the cheese to Moon. And they are ready to go try and look for the finishing blow down the middle lane. What can Liquid do to stop it? If anything, Misery shadow bladed up. They're ready for the jump. So many ways that Odd can start a fight. Resolution just blinks up straight away, hammering into the tier 3. I mean, look at it drop. Liquid unable to do much at all. They will throw down the stop.
Dire's bottom
blinking
barracks are under attack.
GH has like no opportunities to really make an initiation. He wants to go in, but he's like, if I blink and I crush, I'm just gonna get lasted, or someone else is gonna get lasted. And then Coil. More.
Yeah,
Coil.
Forces out just in time before the Coil can have a chance to connect. There's the jump in. The Fisher. Miracle still playing very boldly as he moves in. Starts to rack up the intel. There's the jump forward with the silence from Wii.
Any type of harassment hits right now for Miracle are absolutely crucial since he's got level 25, that plus Arcane Orb Steel. If he's able to actually just poke and poke until he has enough int, they may actually be able to take a fight with that if he has an enormous amount. It's still extremely difficult / near impossible.
There's the jump in actually from Rezo, goes immediately onto Matuma. Matuma in trouble. There's the Hex from Kuro, holding back. Miracle on the anti-edge there. Resolution getting nuked down. Miracle as well, chasing forward to get the BKB off before the lasso. Goes for Moon. Moon swallows the cheese. Miracle starting to rack up the intel. The Glimmer Cape from Saxa keeping Moon alive. Weehar will end up finishing off the kill onto Kuro. Kuro the only one to fall as of yet. They did pop the Aegis on Rezo's anti-mage. Miracle, he's got a fair bit of intel stacked up, 60 at the moment, has got the Sanity's clips available. The Yules will be there. Resolution looking to move in with the bashes. Miracle falling low, but he gets the Astral out off the main AM, but there's the burst. Weehar jumps in, that's going to be Miracle down. He does not have buyback available. The rest of Liquid trying to retreat, but Planet Odd, they're moving in, they're surrounding the man. That's going to be a 4th down as GG is called, and Planet Odd take the second game as well. 2-0 in this grand final so far for them. Smiles all around for the team, and that game too, they're going to be pretty
Huskar Oracle. This is broken. This is why people ban it. So let's go for Team Liquid.
So game 4. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a man like, and I'm kind of leaning towards Liquid. Yeah, Liquid.
You Ben.
I don't like the Huskar here
10
so much.
seconds
I also don't like
remaining.
AM here. So
Yeah.
I'll go for the Liquid.
You know, with Liquid,
No, don't do this.
5
I'm thinking not,
seconds
so I'll be the one to
remaining.
change things up if anyone cares. Let's go ahead and throw things over now to what potentially could be the last game. We'll have to see. Sending it now to OD and Fog.
Thank you very much, Cottle Guy. And indeed, Game 3, Liquid's life on the line here, bringing out the Huskar Oracle strats. What are we thinking, Fog? The panel seem to love it. Are you a fan of it here?
I think it's pretty hard to beat when you get a 4th and 5th last pick Huskar Oracle, and when you have like an anti-mage, and the other 4 you look at like Rubik's Spirit Breaker, Legion Commander, and Alina. Don't know if they're going to be able to fight at this like this 4v5 and be able to stall out long enough,
Prepare
because
for battle.
Liquid can gather up and actually just pressure and take out buildings fast enough before Resolution is able to get online in that complete split push faction. So yeah, I'm probably leaning on Liquid as well.
All about whether this goes late or not. It really is, you know. If this does end up being a free farm anti-mage game,
Toxa.
could be potential first blood setup here. They've got the Fisher as well. Moving the Timberman in.
He's
Blocking
blocking.
the Howl, yeah, the Fisher's on point. Sax is blocked in. That'll be your first blood. Kuro takes it. Catching the Rubik out. Liquid with a great start to the game. See, or try and use this opportunity to try and steal the bottom map bounty route if they can, but still got 30 seconds until the bell tolls. Liquid can
30
get back down there
seconds
to
to
hold
battle.
control of that area as well.
We got another mid ward coming out for Team Liquid. Or this time this time Liquid actually has the ward. For the most part, it seems like Odd has been having the advantage in the mid ward. Majority of the matchup so far. Weehaw always seems to have that one. Let's see what Weehaw can do. I mean, he's been playing incredibly well in this series. He like kicked it up massively, looking back to be in his old shape from what we used to,
The
the old
battle
Weehaw we used to love and see.
begins.
More aggression coming out into Misery.
Tis mine.
So, away from the rune.
Just harassing back the Breaker. That Grave Chill as well. Gonna be able to do a fair bit to him, bringing it down to half health. Misery still yet to skill.
This is where the lanes are a little weird because of the draft that they actually ended up having. It's Lycan mid versus the Lina.
Okay.
So definitely can suffer quite a lot versus that heavy nuke and that massive range. Lycan should not be able to. I mean, you're gonna farm, but not too well.
Is this just because you don't want the Huskar to have to deal with the Lina? What are you trying to open up in terms of possibilities with this move with Matuma to the mid?
I mean, when you pick a
You've been
Huskar, the
burned.
game is about the Huskar. So putting him in the safe lane, having him the free farm is much more important than having like contested farm, which is what would happen from that middle lane.
Top lane, mind control, out of mana as he gets dragged out of position. Rezo gets the punches through. Bottom lane, Moon trying to trade hits with GH. Couple of spears on him though. Moon starting to fall a little low. Continuing to man up, trading a little more favorably until now, but with the Grave Chill, Moon has to be careful. He's got to respect the potential for Miracle to come in and start to really force him out of the lane there with the Burning Spears.
The Blightstone on GH for the starting item to help zone out a bit. Really helping.
Coming forward again with that Grave Chill. I mean, Moon, he's going to fall very low. In fact,
He'll be fine with Stout Shield.
incredibly close there. Does
Meanwhile,
have to be careful.
This fun little battle in the jungle that's been happening for about a minute long so far. Kuroki versus Misery. Kuroki with boost, able to outdistance Misery non-stop.
And I guess this is good for Liquid, but just limiting what Misery can do in
When you
terms of
play with Lina,
making a play at level
you
1 with the
tend to get
Breaker.
Yeah.
burned.
Kuro
Keeping
chases
full eyes
all
on
the way out.
Yeah.
And they put a ward to watch whenever Legion Commander does go to the jungle. For that, so they'll know. Or whenever the rotation comes out from the Spirit Breaker. It's kind of a double usage ward to watch the charge and the jungle. Kuroki getting charged up mid for Misery, but stop getting into the tower range.
Of course, with these lanes though as well, it is going to be another game where in the early laning stage, Rezo's anti-mage is going to be entirely uncontested as it seems. He is going to get that free farm to begin with. Middle lane, Kuro actually gets taken down there. We are finding the chance to nuke him down, find the kill. Kuro underestimating the range there, the Lina.
Up. Attack range.
This will do.
And I like that Planet Odd emphasized on putting a deep ward in the bottom jungle to block the pull, because Visage is a hero that needs to pull and get levels. Misery getting chased down a bit by Kuroki in mind control.
Does have the charge, but mind control, of course, has got a Fisher available.
He's really tanky too. This is a very tough kill for them to try to get between the two of them. even with the fissure.
I mean, at the
That's
least,
a lot of body blocks.
certainly causing issues. I mean, this is, as we say, making it very hard for Misery to get much done across the map.
Yeah.
But I guess on the other side, you can look at his Misery, drawing the attention of two of the heroes of Liquid away from the lanes. But that doesn't seem to be an issue in terms of farm. Bottom lane, Miracle doing more than fine. But the same to be said, of course, for Rezo up on top. Does pretty much bang on with the CS.
All gotta come down to is can they handle the Huskar when he gets that arm link? Can they handle when they group up with the Oracle and the Husk? Matu getting heavily harassed in the middle lane, but his last hitting is not too shabby. 18-0 to 22-3. Having to bring a couple extra regen out because you're not a hero that really typically goes bottle as a Lycan. So he's brought a couple salves, so he does have a good chunk of last hits, but his net worth is a good amount lower than Weehaw.
Yeah, because of that kill.
Yeah.
On Sakura. And as we can see it with Dragon Slave,
Radiant's middle tower is under
being
attack.
forced back. The babe's pushing in, farming pretty safely underneath that tier 1.
Oh my goodness, almost dies to that Dragon Slave. The scary thing is too that Weehaw's gonna be able to pressure this tower and take it very early at this rate versus Matu. There's no way that he can force him off of it at all. Kuroki actually is gonna have to start rotating in, but Kuro's only level 1.
Gold for me.
Yeah, head over, see if we can find some action on Sakura. There will be a charge coming in towards Matumba Man. Looks like Misery does want to commit with the wave pushing in. Does have to back up. They will get the root off underneath the range of the tower. I see Misery taking quite a bit of damage in return. Weeha's going to move forward, looking for Kuro, but a Fissure from Mind Control as he comes in with a rotation. Could set up for some kills for Liquid. They'll get Misery at least. May even get more. GH is coming as well. Looks for the Grave Chill. Does get it off. Light Strike holds back the Visage. But Liquid move up to the high ground. No Shrine yet, of course. Still 20 seconds before it's available. And Liquid clean up both kills.
Whew. Misery maybe with a little bit of a overzealous charge under the tower there with the big 3 or 4 hero rotation coming out from Liquid. But they didn't see those heroes rotating in. So he wanted to try to go for that type of kill. And they get punished heavily. Now Matu's ahead of the Lina in the middle lane.
Look at that stat as well for Miracle's Huskar. 84% win rate in pro games.
Disgusting. Huskar players.
Indeed, all things so far setting up to be the star that he needs.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's all about how well Liquid can use this early game to get that lead in the mid game, try and shut down the map, make sure that Rezo doesn't continue to get his farm. Because at the moment, Rezo is absolutely on track to get a very respectable Treads Battle Fury time.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's all about can they close the game out before that anti-mage becomes an issue. But also, there's the thing is, the Oracle Huskar is... It's absolutely absurd with its potential, how much you can actually survive with it, but it's not just him. We have to remember, there is also the Lycan in the game, so they do have that kind of backup as well. And heavy amounts of team fight and lockdown coming in from the Earthshaker.
Charge again, looking towards the mid, but Matumba does have backup. On the sidelines, Kuro's there. They look towards Weehaw for initiation. They have the route. Weehaw a little too speedy, gets himself back up to the high ground of his side, so they won't continue to chase. Meanwhile, Saxa actually playing around with Mind Control. Mind Control, trying to juke it out. Can go for a Mango Fisher play if he feels the need to do so. Continues to juke it around the tree, and Chant Home could be enough here as he pops it down, gets the proc with the passive. Matumba Man's able to chase down with the ultimate, and Liquid get themselves another. Once again, Liquid not afraid to send mass heroes in reaction to secure the kills and punish Odd each time they come over to Liquid's half of the map.
Yeah, good jukes through the trees there by Mind Control. How's Moon been doing? He's taking item, he's been jungling for a bit. The Iron Talon level 5, so his levels are pretty good, a little bit better than Mind Control.
Miracle with his farm, of course, already going to become an issue with this incredibly fast armlet pickup.
Let the aggression begin. Jumps on Moon.
Yeah, he should get this one as well. A couple of spears and Moon almost certainly going to tick out. He'll try and turn. Here we have Miracle. Can the armlet toggle save him? A lot of hate being thrown his way as Weehaw Misery come in. The Laguna Blade will get it. The nuke's too much. They'll take Miracle. They get anything more. Saxa's come in, trying to close the gap onto the Visage, but won't quite be quick enough. But a very, very needed and big kill there for Planet Off, getting the kill onto Miracle.
Yeah, great reaction. They have to make sure that when those dives do come out, they get the kills on the Huskar, especially in the early game, because early levels, the magic resistance isn't as absurd. You know, it's only 30% at maximum resistance. That's only at 10%, so yeah, the Laguna Blade is a great way to deal with him before he gets that max passive.
Eyeing a potential to go for Saxa. Jump forward from Miracle already. The spears start to stack up. No escape for the Rubik as Liquid will get another freebie down in this bottom lane. This time, not needing to dive at all. As Saxa was looking to just try and pick up some solo XP on that road to the level 6.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to just leave Rezo alone. They're like, all right, it's going to be the anti-mage show for this game to deal with the Huskar to the later stage. So give him a max amount of experience in that top lane, give him full free farm, and try to make plays around the map.
Yes.
Spirit Breaker level 3, Saxa level 4. How are the other supports looking at? Got level 3 Kuroki and 5 on GH.
And we are going to see Misery try to have a bit of a go onto GH. Weehar's there as well with the presence. Lands the Light Strike along with the Laguna Blade. That'll be an easy kill.
That's a level 5 Visage too. Good chunk of experience going toward Lina and Misery. Misery really needs that experience.
Maybe Misery's Miracle seeing if he can get something onto Misery, but Misery quick with the TP out. No way to hold him back as he gets himself out of the clutches of Kuro and Miracle.
You know, that is the scary thing too. Like we're mentioning, you know, the Huskar show, the Huskar game, etc. But the anti-mage can actually do a lot to this game because there's only like 2 forms of lockdown. It's the Earthshaker and the Familiar.
Gonna make it.
The right clicks.
Goes for pretty much his best option there, trying to TP out, but indeed, one right click too many. Gets the kill. Top lane, Saxa and Misery trying to close the gap onto Mind Control, but couldn't quite get in range for the telekinesis setup. Once again, getting away. As we could see in this laning stage, 9 minutes in, we're taking the lead 7 for free. But Rezo and Weehar still getting all the farm in the world, on par with that of Miracle and Matumba Man. See what the next rotation is, and that really the plan's going to be for them. They are going to have to look to start to do something soon about that anti-mage.
It's tough for them to kill him.
I mean, that's the... Absolutely. They need mass lockdown. Once they've got the familiars, definitely the chance there. A good Fisher into the familiar stuns. Should be more than enough time for Miracle to get the dash stacking up with the burning spears to kill the anti-mage.
Yeah, once they get their levels up on the Oracle, once he's 6 and once they, like, everybody else has their 6s pretty much, that's when Liquid can actually look to start doing, you know, what they want to do with the Huskars, group up and go for that push.
Up for the high ground, and we'll get the telekinesis onto Matumba Man. Still gets the ult off, looking to chase down, trying to go for the easier kill. There's the drive-by charge from Misery, holding Matumba Man down back for a little bit. Saxa will try to deny himself to the entrance. It's not going to be successful. Echo Slam comes out from Mind Control into the Fisher, setting up for kills in the backline as Matumba tries to chase down Weehar. Light Strike will hold back the Wolf. The ult will finish. But overall, 2-for-1 trade, favoring that of Liquid. Mind Control continuing to chase down Moon. With a stick charge and Fisher off cooldown in a couple of seconds, that'll do it. Finishes off the Legion as well. Liquid taking the favorable trade. Now
and
potentially in position to push down middle lane.
Now they've got this one online. Perfect timing for them to siege the tower, but Flip is up and Weeha's in position. Nice. That was a good rotation from Mind Control there to set up for that Echo Slam and the Fissure.
And look at this up top. Resolution trying to man up. Does have to be careful. The root will be there along with the TP from Mind Control.
Under attack.
Won't have quite enough lockdown on damage though to deal with him. As the blink outs there, the rest of Liquid unable to head over and join the fight. More focused on pushing down mid, but Miracle it's toyed around a little bit. The charge will come in, but are we held off as they do respect the potential, and now Miracle just jumps forward. They've got Familiars as well to control Moon. And Miracle picks up another. The team enabling him very nicely. As 11 minutes in, he's picked up 5 kills. And he's starting to get that lead that he requires to take control at this stage of the game.
Level 6 is online. Siege the buildings.
Not this time.
Need to take down as many tier 1s as possible so they can know wherever Resolution is farming so they get as much.
They've just found more as well. Oh. As Misery just gets spotted out in the tree line, has to be careful how close he comes with the vision from these familiars.
Supports on the side of Otter really suffering right now. 4 deaths on Saxa, 3 on Misery. Every time they're seen, they just get killed by this super farmed Huskar. 3k gold lead. Siege continues. Oracle staying behind, level 6 online.
Again, charges there, but almost certainly going to be cancelled as Odd cannot fight like that into the Miracle Huskar.
Yeah, and not when Weeha is low mana. Weeha is their pretty much all their damage in this game for this next, actually for quite a while until Anti-Mage starts getting light, because Legion Commander does not have pretty much like any farm.
Look at this wrap around here. Miracle, he's hunting. He's into the tree line. He knows that Odd like to hang around in this position. The Familiars once again spotting out Moon. Jump forward straight away from the Huskar. Miracle claims 1 life and now potentially looking for more. Misery forced back.
Matu on the chase for Wee.
He's trying to go for it. Misery will hold him back with the charge. Light Strike catches out the wolves, but it won't catch the big old daddy dog as Matuma Man chases forward up the base of Planet Odd, takes down one, and he's not done yet. Looks towards Misery. The familiar stunts holding Misery away from the shrine. He turns, gets the charge off. That will give him the time to activate the shrine, and Misery will survive with that quick charge back play.
Their 4 heroes aren't able to stand toe-to-toe versus Liquid right now when they're online. Rezo is trying to get the farm up. Mind Control is in
Dire's
position though to
middle
go for
tower
some type
is
of
under
play
attack.
here. The big creep wave, but
It's very close to having the Blink Dagger as well.
yeah.
They start to take some towers and kills like this. It's going to be even closer. Moon just gets jumped on immediately. The plan is coming together for Liquid. This Huskar lineup hitting its momentum and starting to work exactly as they planned. 13 minutes in,
Dire's middle
16
tower
for
is
4, 5k net worth lead, and it's only going to be greater with the push coming in from Liquid. The strats might not have worked out in Game 1 and Game 2, but Kuroi's turned up with a lineup here in Game 3 that seems very hard for Planet Odd's team to match up against.
Mind Control now first showing
Dire's
of the
middle
Blink Dagger.
tower is under attack.
Jumps in, no
Cleans
messing.
up Misery.
Yeah, dropping the echo for that, but it's keeping this flow going for Liquid. They'll take the tier 2.
They're doing the
Dire's
aggression that they need
middle
to do with their
tower
lineup.
has
They're not hesitating whatsoever, not letting Resolution get online. He's almost got the Battle Fury finished, but they're already starting to suffer and hemorrhage way too many kills. 17 to 4. Everybody is dying except for pretty much like Weeha and Rezo. Wee's died a couple of, yeah, it's the supports and Moon that are 0-4 on Misery, 0-5 on Sux, and 0-6 on Moon. They're just getting ran and they're unable to contest like the 3 or 4 heroes that Liquid brings in with their 3 or 4 heroes.
Dire's top tower is under
Jungle as
attack.
well, Mind Control. He's going to find Saxa, just blink away, doesn't want to try and play around with him on his own. Knows that there's potential backup for Planet Odd, and indeed Planet Odd setting most of their resources down bottom. So Liquid will
Radiant's
have the
bottom
space
tower
up
is
top
under
to
attack.
claim another tower.
Dire's top tower
More money into
has
the pocket
fallen.
of Miracle as he sits comfortably at the top of the net worth board alongside Matuma Man's
Radiant's
Lycan.
bottom tower has
7,500 net worth lead for the side of Liquid. Planet Odd themselves trying to take objectives in
Dire's
return. They'll
top
find the
tower
tier 1
is
down
under
bottom,
attack.
continuing to head towards that tier 2.
They-
They've almost certainly got to head back as Liquid, they are just claiming tower after tower. 15 minutes in, the top and the middle lane cleared out in terms of tier 1s and tier 2s.
Odd has fully recognized there. There's nothing we can't fight. We can't fight the 4v5. We can't fight the 4v4. Our heroes are just not able to do so at all. So it's recovery time, and it's time
Radiant's
to try to
bottom
take it to the
tower
late game.
is
Misery
under
even queues up
attack.
Midas. They're ready to try to take it to that stage, and that's the only way that they can actually come back in this one. Is they can take it just very, very late, because everyone is so shut down. Moon, supports, etc.
This would be massive for Liquid as well. Heading into Roshan, they can grab this Aegis and have this potential to threaten high ground at this early stage of the game. It's going to be absolutely perfect for them. Can Planet Odd do anything about this? They're not in the neighborhood. This Roshan is just going to go down too down quick with the damage that Matuma Man and Miracle can offer at this stage of the game. And they'll grab it. Aegis in hand. Liquid are ready to go for more. And Planet Odd, as we saw, they wanted to avoid them. And they're still going to want to, but they're going to have to react to these pushes that Liquid are going to come in.
Radiant's
Liquid's gonna
bottom
go for high
tower
ground here.
is under attack.
Go time. Get the top lane in, get the mid lane in, bottom lane. Maybe they don't even care about the tier 2. Maybe
Oh,
they just
man.
go with their own plan.
Completed Halberd on Miracle. I mean, this Huskar is such a damn threat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How do you kill him? A well-timed Laguna Blade could do it, but with the backup from Kuroki, yeah, it's going to be so damn... GH as well, he's got a completed Solar Crest.
It's looking grim.
So evasion upon evasion. How can they stop this Huskar?
It's looking very grim for Odd.
And Miracle may just jump in and fight. He's going to be held back by the first telekinesis. There'll be the save onto Weeha from Moon, trying to get him out of position. There's the Nether Strike back into the Light Strike array. But indeed, he's just drawing the attention away so the rest of Liquid can claim the tier 3. Now they'll look towards the racks. Miracle just jumping in, moving towards the fountain as he forces Planet Odd back. Mind Control in with the Echo. The stun lock onto 2. Liquid get themselves 2 kills, maybe even more. Moon trying to hide in the trees, but they're spotting him out as well. It's a third down. At the same time though, down bottom, Resolution looking for the split push. There'll be a buyback from Moon, but it really is the base of Planet Odd that's looking in a much dire position. Moon, let's have Saxa jumping on from Miracle. Saxa does have the stolen jump, brings Miracle down low, but with these armlet toggles and the regen, he's keeping himself alive. Rezo unable to even find the tier 3. He's got to head back or do something. But what can you do about this? I mean, Liquid, they're cleaning up a second set of racks just 17 minutes in. Misery calls GG well played. It's all over. The Huskar strats from Liquid too strong as they bring the series to a 2-1. Planet Odd still with the lead, but could this be the start of Liquid coming back and making that climb off the back foot of
4.
What is that?
That sounds
Straight ancient
What?
camp? I don't...
Misery's a greedy player, though. I'm sure he's taking the 4 here. He's got to, right?
Yeah.
Let's say some
It sounds
predictions. I know
terrible.
we're already bewildered by this, but what do you
right.
guys think?
So you got a major push team coming with Planet Odd. You got Nature's Prophet, you got Troll Warlord, and you got Shadow Shaman. But then you got Tidehunter. So I'm going to have to go with Team Liquid. I like the Necro.
Think we're going to a game 5? All right, Cap.
What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna like zone out a hero? Just like, you can't fight me, I have Anchor Smash?
Don't look to me for answers about
Weird.
support time.
I like the Team Liquid lineup.
Maybe Misery will
10 seconds
swim backstrokes around in the lane.
Demoralize
taunt
the
them
enemy?
to death. Yes,
5
demoralize.
seconds
I
remaining.
don't know. I don't know. Just skip. Pass.
Fair enough.
Second pass.
Maybe we'll see something that's new meta. Maybe we won't. We'll find out. Let's see if we're going to be going to a game 5 or if Planet Odd are going to be taking the win here. Let's send it over to our casters right now. Odie and Fog, take it away.
Thank you very much, Cole Guy. And indeed, well, we're straight into the game. No messing around here.
for battle.
Planet Odd versus Liquid. We've heard the panel's opinions. Not a lot of belief and trust in the support Tidehunter. Do you agree, Fog, or do you feel the Misery? He's got something up his sleeve there.
So this is going to be, this is a little, it's on topic, but, this is talking in the past. So back on Navi US, Brax, my captain, who's picking for me, he loved picking the Tidehunter, and I actually played this for Tidehunter a lot. It was miserable.
It's not, you know.
However,
okay.
it's gotten changed with the Gush mana cost, so we can
Okay.
actually use Gush and be like this roaming kind of like zoner and play maybe with the Nature's Prophet and try to pressure the safe lane. So we'll see what he's able to do. And I think the Planet Odd has a lineup where they need to end the game pretty early on with this troll. They have a pretty all-in kind of thing to just pressure, and push with the Nature's Prophet and with Tidehunter in
30
the front
seconds
lines.
to battle.
And could work, but it's a bizarre one. That's for certain. But yeah, playing that Tidehunter used to feel really bad. Not sure about now. Maybe a little bit better, but still doesn't seem like it's most ideal.
Yeah, I mean, certainly just from a standpoint in terms of looking at these drafts and regarding the knowledge that we have from just general competitive games, overall you've just got to feel that Liquids is just the safer draft. And in terms of picks as well, the Nyx Assassin
battle
pickup, as talked
begins.
about by the panel, seems very strong this season.
Yeah, and GH is on one of his signature heroes that I've seen him pretty much like never lose on. The Earthshaker, the Coddle, and the Io are the big three for me for GH that just he always has a really damn good game on them.
Definitely one thing to talk about as well is the fact that we do have the Nyx, of course, in the offlane position. It feels like more often than not recently, it's more likely to be put towards the support role. I mean, is it just because of the fact that the hero itself is so strong against that of Planet Odds? You want to give that hero that core role on the offlane.
Yeah, it's in comparison to the Shaker in this game. He's able to actually pressure the lanes a little bit better with Shaker. Nyx is just going to be like, if it was a Nyx support, he's just kind of running between the lanes and he can't really help too much. So this is the better lane for this. And My Control plays, he does play both, but GH is their Shaker's like his big signature one. They Fissure blocked mid lane to get Mod to a wave at the start.
And at the moment, of course, Planet Odd running these dual lanes, so it looks like the decision from Misery to put his presence up top and really try and slow down Miracle's farm at the start. Kuro coming in to trade a little bit, but as we're seeing, I mean, the Gush and then the chase down, it really adds up with the Treants and the right click for the Nature's Prophet. Kuro falls very low. There's the Fissure, only connects onto Misery. Sorry, onto Moon, but Misery, he turns towards Miracle. And, I mean, we're seeing it there. The Gush, the armor reduction, and then the punches, it can very easily zone some of these heroes out of the lanes.
It's pretty good now, because it used to be like 120 mana, and you used to only have like a 180-something mana pool, because, everybody got the 50 mana a couple patches ago, a lot of patches ago. So now he actually is able to spam the Gush in pretty decent manners. Maybe it'll work now for them.
As we can see so far with this opening, because of the presence of the two of them up there, only 2 CS on Miracle. He's certainly feeling the pressure, feeling the heat that Planet Odd are putting on this top lane.
Yeah, they're putting pressure. They know that like Earthshaker, Rubik, and AM, they don't want to have the 3 heroes up there at all times. They need to be able to move the heroes around so they can split the experience, and so the anti-mage can get to high levels. Gives a little bit more to the Nyx Assassin, though. That's what happens when you do these type of dual lanes. So My Control is able to get a little bit more. Rezo going for the Orb of Venom build on the Troll to at least help zone out the Nyx, while Shadow Shaman does the pulls and tries
Radiant's
to get
top
that
tower
much needed
is under
experience.
attack.
Mid lane, CS is looking to be pretty close between Weeha and Matuma Man. Matuma with a slight edge, but definitely even trading at the moment. Until those level 6s come online, very unlikely that either of these are able to find a kill potential without a rotation or two coming through.
Yeah.
We do see GH back in the middle, picks up an arcane rune, ready to spam out a few fishes, keep the heat on for Weeha.
Secondary no comes out for Matu, so its last hitting for him is going to become a lot easier, so he should be able to pull a bit ahead. Weeha getting the bottle delivered, so more spam. But the base damage is much closer now. While